horizon that we're seeing is not physical. It's
No,
refracted.
nothing you bite. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not.
We're off. As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below. Let's head on over to Discord and see if the beautiful Betty Van Velsen is there, because she wasn't there a few seconds ago. The beautiful Betty Van Velsen. Betty.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, you just made it.
Yes, I just made it.
You better stop doing that.
Why?
Missy.
Why?
What do you mean why? You're friggin' you're the MC.
MC what?
MC Betty?
I don't know what MC means.
Master of Ceremonies?
Oh, come on, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're the Master of Ceremonies for the show. You run
Mistress of Ceremonies.
the Mr. Oh.
Yeah, well, I was a little late and my computer is a little squirrely today, so
Well,
I hope it will continue not to freeze on me.
so what you have to do every now and again is turn the computer off. Then reboot.
I am. Yes, I'm doing that. Yeah. Against my will, by the way.
I know, because you like all those tabs still up every day.
Yeah. Yeah. They
So,
need to sort of get a way to get that and keep that.
so, on average, how many tabs you got open when you go to bed at night?
Oh my god, I don't know. Too many. I'm sort of attached to my tabs.
I know you are. You
Please
know who
get a
else
tab
was?
on my tabs.
I'm keeping tabs on your tabs. Do you know who else was incestuous with his tabs?
No.
Rumpus.
Oh, you are comparing me to Rumpus, huh?
I'm just saying, I can remember when, like I said, when I first come out here, we had the little debate, and then right before the debate started, we were talking back and forth. I didn't really know him, that well at that time, and he said, "Well, I've been having some computer problems lately," and I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, it's really slow." I said, "How many tabs you got open?"
I remember that. Yeah, now that you say it, I remember that. Yes.
You remember that now?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, and I was laughing too, by the way, because I sort of recognized it.
You recognize?
And I knew that you, the day before, because it was the day after that you did that debate, I think, pretty soon after, you just heard it said by somebody else, so you immediately used that information.
Did I?
Yes. It was stolen information.
So I stole that information, tab information. You remember that? All that? Oh, that was in 2016.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yes, I remember that vividly now.
The things women remember. I can't speak to it.
Why do you bring the word women attached to that?
My wife sent me something. She sent me a little meme about women's memory the other day. What the hell did it? Hold on a second.
See, there you go. And again with the last minute information, it's not your own, it's just somebody else's.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, and I'm gonna go find it. It was pretty funny.
Oh, so when you say go find it, it seems like you just move away from the mic.
Move away. Well, I gotta back up. I'm looking at my phone. I can't see that sucker right in my, nose distance away.
Hmm.
She's got some good little memes she sends me. It's gonna be good. It might have been a while back.
Hmm.
Oh,
Goes to
that's
show
really.
how often you go look for that sort of things.
I got it. So it says, never piss off a woman. They remember stuff that hasn't even happened yet.
There you go.
There you go. And, it's got the two guys from the Muppet Show that are up in the balcony. Those two guys talking to each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What are those names again?
I don't know their names. What are their names?
They have names.
I think they do, but I can't remember them.
I remember back in the day we also searched that out, and I accused you of being one of the stupid one.
What?
Yeah, you have the one that's sort of smarter than the other, and something like that.
No, they
Yeah.
were hecklers, and they would sit up in the balcony. I'd like their laugh when they start laughing. I'd lose it.
Yeah.
These are really good. I should probably send you some of these.
Is this sort of like a whole slew of like how can we be nasty to women thing?
No, not at all. It says there's one. My husband and I are doing a workshop. He works and I shop.
Oh my God.
They're cute. I like them.
By the way, their names are Statler and Waldorf.
Statler and what? Waldorf?
Yeah, Waldorf.
Yeah, that is so like them too.
Yep.
I'm gonna send a couple of these. Remind me, and I'll send them to you. Okay, those are the rest of them, and yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but you guys can't see it, so it's Mox Next. Don't worry about it. I'm just rambling.
You're rambling.
Okay, what do we got? So again, this was supposed to be Time Bandits, but unfortunately, the presenter has some serious business to take care of. So Time Bandits will be next week, next Tuesday. Shout out to Adam. We're thinking about you, sir.
Isn't that not wishful thinking?
Nah, he said it will be next Tuesday. So, no, not wishful thinking.
Hopefully.
Also, another admin note. Be on the lookout for a treatment. I know I haven't done treatments in a while. I really don't search through numpty shit anymore. But this one just flopped in my lap yesterday on Nathan's show, so I think it deserves my undue attention.
Something flopped in your lap?
It just plopped in my lap.
Wow.
They were doing a semi-treatment. I don't know. Well, Nathan stole my treatments from the beginning, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind that. But it seems that only do part. For some reason, maybe somebody had it time stamped, and they were only dealing with one specific part of the video, and it was short. So I said, "Wait a second, this looks like it's got some prime material in it, or it's good potential." And it's Craig FTFE fight the fat Egypt. And I don't usually track, like I said, those crayon munchers anymore. Just see the numpty clips. They're well exposed there. But this one was a debate on Jeranism, that treasonous, treacherous traitor, and another flat earther. And I guess they just did it last night or the night before. I don't know. But it's got a lot of potential. So just be on the lookout for that. I need a thumbnail. So I'm waiting on a thumbnail for that.
Do you really have time for that?
Have time for what?
Treasons. Treason.
The treasonous,
Treasons.
treacherous traitor.
Yeah, for the treacherous. Well, whatever.
The treachers.
Treacherous.
Every time I say it, too, I sick. You should see me saying it in here. Treasonous, treacherous traitor.
Yeah.
Hanoi Drain. Yep. It looks like a target-rich environment, so I need to go through it. I'll get to it. I'll try to get it. But just keep your eyes out for Thursday. I know you're busy that day, but I do need a thumbnail for that, so you need to make that happen.
Yeah, when?
By COB tomorrow.
Yeah, that's not before. It's before what? When?
Before Thursday, so I said.
Might have time to do that sort of stuff.
So I gave you a time hack. By COB tomorrow.
That's not my question.
Yeah,
I
it
might not have
was.
time for that.
Yes,
I
it
might not have
was.
time for it.
Yes, it was. You said, when do I need it? By.
No, I said, when will I have time for that?
Oh, is that what you? I didn't hear that.
Unbelievable.
You got to make time.
Yeah, since when is that possible?
Yeah, that's a reification fallacy. After I said it, that's some bullshit. You're not Doc Brown. Last time I looked.
Luckily, no.
All right, what else is up for business? No BALLBUSTERS on Saturday. Tomorrow is a shooting day. First day that's going to be half decent in like 10 days. Yes, ma'am. It's going to be 58 degrees here, sunny, hopefully no wind. That's a shooting day.
You do know that you will lose light earlier.
Yeah, I got to get out there earlier. I got to go to sleep early tonight. Yeah, that's going to be a rough one. I'm going to have to medicate.
Yeah. I saw one of the about shooting, right? I saw a picture of a video of a little dog being hit by an arrow.
Oh, I don't want to see that. Yeah, that's because
Right through the dog, but it's still walking.
Yeah, that's some numpty dipshits, man. That you know, some I don't like.
That?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, why shoot at people's animals?
You don't.
Or
yeah.
even if they are strays, maybe why would you shoot a dog or whatever?
Well, you have degenerate juveniles, right? That don't have anything better to do with their time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. They'd have a problem if I seen them. They'd have big friggin' problem. Really quick.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't stand for that. That's not, you know that. I don't yeah. That's not going to go well for them.
Babies and dogs, you leave them alone. Oh, cats too, by the way. Right?
It's what are the two
chipmunks? Because I think you have a chip on your shoulder too.
No, what are the two categories again?
Two?
Yeah, there's two categories where I can't tolerate it. I have fight or flight. Rigorous fight or flight.
Babies and dogs.
Nope. Kids and animals.
Well, it's kind of general, isn't it?
I don't think so. young children and kids and babies and
Young children. So
yes,
the
yeah,
little
like
lower
kids.
children. So where's the line for the kids then?
I would say probably about in teenage years. If you get out of your teenage years, then okay, I got you. But anything, I would say the zone would be 12 and below.
So
If-
13, 14, they are basically effed.
No, it's not as harsh.
The line is getting blurred.
There's a little line there, but yeah, I can't. It's just in me. Don't ask me why. But any type of maltreatment, I can't deal with it. I lose it. So my wife even knows if I go walking out in the living room and she's got the news on and there's some bad information that just happened to kids, she will immediately try to mute it or turn the TV off before I can hear it because she knows.
What are you gonna do? Attack the TV?
No. I can't handle it, so I wouldn't harm the TV. No. Now, I do take some. I do have some reactions against inanimate objects on occasion.
I remember a shoe flying.
Oh, yeah, shoe flew. Yeah, it did. That almost turned out really bad.
Yeah, see, and nothing was done to the shoe, right? But you did it.
What the heck was I doing? I can't even remember what the deal was.
Wasn't it that you couldn't take them off and then it sort of?
Oh yeah, the shoelace. You know when you tie your shoelaces. I went down and tied my shoes. I just got done running, and I'm out of breath, and I'm trying to get the shoe off so I can get it off. And it turned. You know when you pull on the string, and it turned into one. I pulled on it quite hard, and it turned into a knot. that it shouldn't have done that.
It right.
So I sort of went ballistic, and you flick you do the kicking motion to try to flick it off, and I did that, and it came off right towards my flat panel TV in my America. You know how you try to reach and grab it, right? But it's already too late.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, no.
It's basically from bad to worse, right? Because then something else falls or drops or is busted, and then you're like mad about that. And
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Or the toaster oven if it burns my toast.
Ooh.
Yeah, look, it's been known to fly out into the backyard.
The whole backyard is full with toasters.
Toaster ovens.
His backyard is toast.
Yeah. But those two, those two. I'm shocked that you didn't get it right off the bat. Because anytime anyone brings something, it's not good.
Yeah, things. Well, what is your sort of phrase already? If something doesn't go,
If something doesn't go,
yeah, in the sense of the way it used to go, then it sort of like F's you off or something, pisses you off.
Nah, I think it was routine things should go routinely.
Yeah.
Now, if it's complicated stuff and it screws up, I have no issue. In fact,
You expect it.
yes, it's good. Thank you. Yes, it's expected. But if routine things don't go routinely, I lose my mind. Yes. Yeah.
I think I have that same thing because it's so. But I usually have problems with things more than people. So when things don't work, like
Yes.
you want to be fast about something in the morning, make your
Sure.
breakfast,
Yep.
and then your sandwich falls always with the toppings on the floor, right? That sort of stuff. You know?
Yes, that,
It
yeah.
never goes the other way. That never flops around, like lands nicely, right? And you can pick it up.
Yeah.
No, even I wouldn't eat it off the ground anyways. But then again, the mess that it takes to clean that up again, and
Here's another thing that pisses me. I don't know how we got on this topic, but I love it. Here's another thing that really pisses me off. I like my glasses, but for whatever reason, whatever lens manipulation they've done, it is tedious to clean them. Tedious.
Yeah.
It always takes a long time, and I got to have I don't have a special cleaner, but I got special cloths to clean them. And I make sure I wash my hands first because, you don't want, dirty hands touching your clean cloth. You always got to work clean. But anyway, I digress. I got to sit there, and I just don't like stuff on my glasses. It's like a windshield, right?
Mm-hmm.
My windshield has to be clean in the car. The back one, not so much. But it irritates me after a while. But like I said, I digress. And I'm just doing something like, it happened the other day. I was eating one of those nasty oranges because it's orange season's past, but I love oranges, and I could tell that it was going to be a nasty orange. It was still juicy, but it wasn't sweet. So I cut it up, and I'm trying to peel it. And what does it do? Scorch.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. So you sort of want to eat like clean, right? And you think you have everything covered, and then something like a syrup or something.
Yeah,
sticky,
syrup.
right?
But yeah.
Something sticky, right? And then you don't notice it. It's on your hands. You touch your glasses, and then yep, there it is.
Yeah, I tell you what, it just depends, man. If I'm in that mood, and like if I just cleaned them, and it squirts up and hits my glass, and with the juices from an orange, it's loaded with sugar, right? So it's gonna smear.
Yeah. Yeah, you better get to a faucet and water and
Yeah.
or you have like cleaned your glasses, and then you meet someone and they want to hug you, and then their face is all over your glasses. I usually take them off, the glasses off, before I said, wait. One hand is
Wait.
out to
Yep.
stop them, right? And the other one is going to my glasses to take them off.
Yeah, it's just those little.
And then even then it happens, when you have it loosely in your hand, I don't know, dog sort of runs up and puts his nose against it. It's a mess. My parents have the tendency to have the most dirtiest glasses. They don't even see it anymore, I think.
Oh, my wife's the same way. She's the same damn way, and the same damn way with the windshield.
Oh yeah. Well, the windshield, yes.
So
This morning there was ice on my windshield on the car, and I wanted to drive, but that takes so long for it to clear up. Outside it was cleared up, but the inside, right? Because then it froze on the inside almost. So bad.
froze on the inside.
Yeah, it froze on the inside because there's too much like humid in the in the car.
Moisture inside the vehicle. Why were you breathing hot and heavy in there or something?
I always do, John.
I always
Very
do.
hard.
That's a little different situation. Here's the worst situation where you just blow it off and don't clean the inside of the windshield. And then you go out for a little night driving, and the ancillary, not direct sunlight, but just the lights, if there's any like street lights coming up and it's dark, you can see a haze. Like it is so aggravating.
It
Right?
whitens out.
Say again?
It whitens out, sort of.
Yes,
Right.
exact. Yeah, it looks like a fog. It looks like your windshield's not defrosted, but it is. That's when you know it's just a scummy type of
So you are the guy that when you take a window wiper and try to wipe it on the inside to get it faster, you would like hold us back.
Nah, I don't do that.
Very angry.
I just clean the inside of the windows. I just take window cleaner and a good rag, nice clean rag, and I clean it every once in a while. Job done.
Yeah. Well, it's too far away, my car. So.
And then that doesn't, take away from the outside. Everyone knows, especially in the late summer, late summer, early fall, you're driving on the highway. Listen, there's going to be a lot of, how would you say, mass death of bugs.
Yeah, but it was bad, more bad in
More
the
bad.
past. Yeah, more bad. How do you say that? Yeah.
Worse.
Badder in the past.
Worse.
Worse. Okay. I couldn't find that word anymore. Yeah, so I remember back in the day having more bugs on my windshield than nowadays.
Really? Did you move?
Yeah. I think it's climate change.
Yeah, right.
Or it's that Roundup. Could also be.
What climate change?
What's that?
What climate change?
Yeah, we ain't talking about that. Stupid.
I
Yeah.
thought
God.
We're talking
I thought
about.
I threw that in. See what
Yeah,
responses would be.
you're just fishing. We're talking about bugs and windshields in the summertime, out in the country. Not city driving. You got to be out in the country where there's bugs.
There's still bugs, but I would say she's right. There are less of them, it seems like. Maybe it's because of the weather. Maybe it's the cold or something.
Well, you hold up. Here she comes.
Somebody says bugs evolved. The bugs evolved to what?
The bugs.
Yeah, the bugs must have got smarter.
The bugs evolved. That's a good one, Triple X.
Yeah.
Haven't been hearing too much on the Evotard front. I did hear somebody mention evolution yesterday, though, so I got to take that back.
In what way did they use it?
Oh, they said the theory of evolution.
Oh, two words that you don't like.
Yeah, well, they're pretender clowns as soon as they say that. And I would say 90, like we were talking about on BALLBUSTERS, 98%, I'm going up that high, 98% of ball-tards are just Evotards. They're same. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of the same, trait these people have.
Let me rephrase that. Anti-flat earthers, because there's many quote unquote Christians that think they live on a ball. So let's do this. 100% of anti-flat earthers are friggin' idiot evotards. 100% of them. They just got different clothes on. But if you dig down, if you ask them, they're evotards to the core.
If you strip them down.
It doesn't take much.
To strip them down?
Yeah, they're atheistic evotard numpties. We're gonna do some supernatural atheism again. I so much like this one, and so do you, even if you don't. Because it's killer. It's that presupposition deal, but I think mine's the most killer one. Because it's quick.
I had a short interaction with a guy at work.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a couple of weeks back, I told him about that I'm a flat earther, and he was laughing his ass off, and I said, "Well, you can laugh all you want, right? But I know what I know, right?" So, and I told him about the vacuum next to a non-vacuum without a barrier, and apparently that stuck to him somehow. So today I was reading a headline in the Dutch news. There's a guy that says that the ice caps, right, the North Pole and the South Pole, Antarctica will be without ice soon. Also, the climate change, screaming, right? And I said, well, first they have to prove that there is an ice cap to begin with, right?
That's a good one.
Or, yeah, as I said, well, they have been sailing around that Antarctica, and it took longer than to go around the Earth. So that's something stupid, right? And he said, he sort of laughed away. He said, I don't want to respond because you think that that there's a vacuum out there. I said, no, that's not what I think. That's what your scientists think.
That's what you think implicitly.
Yeah, I said that's your fantasy, not mine.
He was a bit confused, wasn't he?
Yeah, big one, confused. Yes. Yeah, so yeah, I said, no, that's not what I think. That's what you think, man.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
vacuum without a,
you think, and your scientists think that you can stick to a ball.
that
That's
vacuum,
laughable to begin with.
the vacuum
Yes,
argument.
Yes,
Yeah, the vacuum that'll put hair on your back.
I know. So, but apparently it stuck to him, you know? In a way, you understand why would he bring that up? You think that there's a vacuum out there.
That's pretty stupid. That come back.
The ISS, go outside and breathe.
What was he thinking?
I had no idea. But the thing is that cognitive dissonance was really ringing his bells inside.
He just snatched his own wig off.
Yes, he did, but he didn't understand it. And he said, "Yeah, I'm laughing, and I don't want to go on with it because I'm laughing too loud." I said, "Well, me too, but louder."
Oh crap! I missed. We did a recording yesterday, and I forgot to reboot Betty. So I forgot the big Kahuna.
Oh.
And the Patreon scroll. Oh man.
Yeah, you have to tick him on. It's not a big deal.
I'm forgetting about that stuff, man. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff lately.
Oh yay.
Well, only a couple weeks. The big 6-0.
Apparently, coconut oils keep you better focused with your head.
Where's the coconut oil? Get the heck out of here.
Yeah, coconut. It seems to be good for memory.
It's
loss.
Coconuts.
Coconut.
Coconuts.
No, cocoa nut.
Let me put the Christmas hat on this monkey, and let's put this over here. There you go.
Have you got a monkey?
What?
Now I'm going to tell you or ask you to. Is that a monkey?
What monkey?
No, you told me. No, just now you said I'm going to put the Christmas hat on the monkey.
I'm gonna put that monkey on. It's my way.
Yeah. So you're a monkey.
I am not a monkey.
Yes, the Terminator thing is a monkey.
Nah, that's a reach. It's not. You can't do that.
Because you said that you're gonna put the Christmas hat on it.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
I just did.
Dude, buddy. All right, what do we got? So we got a lot of people in here. More than usual. You guys bored or something? Don't have anything?
There wasn't nobody else to pick on, that's all.
We got no one to pick on, so you'd say, well, let's see who QE is going to pick on today.
Usually it's me.
You are very entertaining at times.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. I said it first.
No, you didn't. I did.
I did. Oh God. Mr. Khan.
I heard Betty first.
Did you?
Yes.
Must have been a delay.
Yeah, by me.
Must have been.
Unbelievable. See, guys, he's such a winner. He wants to win even if he doesn't.
I do not. I don't. Yeah, as far as you know.
It should be a phrase, by the way. He's such a winner. He says he won even if he didn't.
That's a damn lie.
So this is a contentless show, right?
No, we got Supernatural Atheist coming up.
Ooh. Is that a person?
What's that?
It's a group. Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's all of them.
It's a fantasy group.
No, it's all of them. They just don't realize it. They're so stupid.
How did these people become atheists? But because I think that most children sort of understand that there is a God, but it seems to be sort of fading away when growing up.
Yeah, well, the older you get, the stupider you get for some people.
Well, look at education. I mean, that system's pretty screwed up.
Yeah, that's a player. No doubt about it. The education system's a player. Probably the biggest player. I would venture to guess.
And
Even
some people
though
say, oh,
even though I was not exposed to that growing up, or so shockingly, I didn't. That wasn't taught because
what?
I had a bio. My degrees are in the life sciences. It was never brought up to me, even at university. How can
What?
you explain that?
What wasn't really brought up?
Evolution.
Huh. Well, didn't you pay attention? I mean, maybe you
No.
were like
Yes.
sleeping.
Yes, I did pay
Because I
attention.
remember you were kind of like oh, how do you say? Like a menace in
No,
school.
love. I was a non-traditional student, so I was completely. I didn't go to college after high school. One, because no college would accept me after high school.
So, yeah.
Well, I
That's
wouldn't have went
exactly
in.
what I meant.
Say again.
That's exactly what I meant. I
I
mean,
wouldn't. I
I think you
barely.
might be the example of not paying attention in
Yeah, that's
school.
exactly
Yes,
what
you
happened
were.
in high school. Well, I had other things on my mind, so I
Like
went.
what?
I was a straight A student. Through grade school, junior high, straight A's. It was. I did it effortlessly. Ninth grade, first semester, straight A's, and then after that, it was all over.
Puberty
You
setting, huh?
discovered women.
I discovered a lot of things, and it wasn't getting straight A's anymore. So I barely at 12th grade, my GPA was so friggin' low, you wouldn't believe it. I for things I just skipped classes. I wouldn't go to gym class. I'd skip classes. I wasn't a menace. I was more a menace to myself. It wasn't that I was a big get in trouble guy. I wasn't like that. But I just didn't pay attention in school anymore. I just lost interest in it, and so I barely graduated high school. So I wouldn't have went there anyway. So to get back on the topic, I was what they said called a non-traditional student. That is, I started college late in life, or later in life, I should say. I can't even remember what age, but it was after I got out of the military 3 times. So I decided
In his mid-50s.
well, I needed a couple longer vacations. They didn't have enough leave time, so I just said, heck with you guys, man. I need a break from this. But anyway, I'm still digressing. So after the 3rd time I got out, I decided, okay. Well, my sister was at college, and I said, my body's not going to hold up to this abuse in the infantry anymore. Let me get out of here. Let me go to school. Or let me go to university. So, what was my whole point with this?
That you were a late student.
Yeah.
And you didn't know why.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
evolution
So
theory was
at
not
university, I was a non-traditional student in every sense. So I had classes with people just coming out of high school. But you see, I was already in my late 20s, probably really close to 30 years old. I had already, served 9 years in the military. I had already sowed all those wild oats. So while they were partying, right, I was in there getting personal tutor with every one of my professors. I wouldn't let them leave. Right? If I didn't understand something, that was their death knell. Any subject. It didn't matter.
I think now I know why they never brought evolution to you.
Yeah. Maybe that's it. So back to your point, it's not so in high school you're correct. I didn't pay any attention, but at university I was complete opposite.
Do you think that if you were differently challenged in your youth, that things would have or could have been different?
That's just speculation.
Okay, because you couldn't be handled, basically.
No, because everyone
Who
handles
could be?
everyone handles that time differently. I don't know. It was so weird. That's all I could put it. It's just I was directionless. How about
But
that?
what if you could have sort of made made up for yourself what kind of direction you want to take your study.
What?
So basically, we are being taught at school like reading, writing, hopefully. But then again, there's these schools that say, okay, you just study it when you're ready for it. So there's people that or little kids that study certain things and then they don't get to writing, but then eventually they will get to writing because they will understand or get the notion that it's not easy to do things without writing, and then they start to write, or they want to
Type.
go to different topics like studying and stuff, and then they go do it by naturally, sort of, if you get my drift.
No, I don't. It's a weird drift.
No, it's not. And nowadays, the emphasis at schools is on what the kids can't do instead of what they can do, right? So when I was bad at math, for example, calculus also. I hated numbers, you know that.
No.
And yes, I did. And actually, the word dyscalculy was not like invented yet, so I might have had that. And yes, and so the emphasis was doing that till tears like would roll down my cheeks and I'm thinking I am better at different things. So if I would have like been able to focus on other like topics, things, whatever, I would have excelled at those instead of now being mediocre, right? In a sense.
You're not mediocre as far as you know.
Why did you have to say that again? You need to apologize again, right, for that one time that you said.
Oh, that brought that back, and that was just a mistake. It wasn't a Freudian slip or anything. It was just a mistake. It came out wrong.
Yeah, I know.
We need to go back and listen. I haven't heard that in a long time. I'm going to go search for that after this show and listen to it.
Sure, yeah. Too funny.
Because it was sort of a treatment that we were doing on, who was it?
GeoStreamer.
GeoStreamer, yeah. So, folks, if you have been keeping up, so I started doing a treatment, and it was a treatment with Betty talking to GeoStreamer, and I was trying to juxtapose Betty as Betty Breadmaker with not a college education or not highly educated versus a master's degree in chemistry. That's what he said he was. He had a master's degree in chemistry, or going for a master's degree in chemistry, one of the two. And it came out that it just came out bad for Betty.
Yes, it did. You wanted to emphasize the whole like differences between GeoStreamer and me.
Yeah, like
education-wise.
Yeah, and it was like non-educated Betty. It was much worse the way it came out.
I know.
Yeah. I know you know. I know you know because I haven't heard the end of it since then.
Oh, come on. You did. You just reminded me of it.
Yeah, that's too funny. I'm going to go back because we have to get the right lingo. Maybe I'll search for it right damn now since we ain't doing anything.
Oh, come on. Don't. I don't think that people will hear me in GeoStreamer.
All right. I won't do it then. All right. So what do you...
He works now in Denmark.
Say again?
The guy is German, and I think he works now in Denmark somewhere.
He's kind of off the scene. There's been a lot of people that kind of... Maybe I'm just not paying any attention to him anymore. For the most part.
He's still around, but I think he's still in Red's Rhetoric group.
Is Red's Rhetoric still around? Red's Pretenderic?
Yeah. So he sometimes pops
I
up.
thought that shit done a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I think it was 2017, I think. That I did that debate, I think.
What about
with GeoStream?
Was that 2017 or 20? Yeah.
Or the beginning of 2018.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Because we did it on Nathan's. We did the evaluation on Nathan's show. or we didn't call it the treatment back then, but it was more or less a treatment.
After I did that debate, I remember Anthony Riley calling me like. Sleepy
Oh yeah,
Warrior.
Anthony was there when we did that too. Yeah, exactly.
He
Yep.
brought me in the in crowd of.
Oh,
the
that
Sky-
got you. Yeah, that got you your stripes.
Yeah.
To them, but you already had your stripes long before that. They just didn't know.
Yeah, but then again, I'm not the debating person no more. I noticed for myself.
You noticed
I
that?
I don't have it in me. I
Yeah.
don't have the accuracy of quoting people correctly. I
Yeah,
can't
but you
do it.
didn't. You don't need that. You're sharp enough back. You dealt GeoStreamer a death blow.
Yeah.
A few of them, by the way. I don't think he appreciated that from you because you weren't. Betty has this thing that she has to. That she's not friends per se with them. Stupid phone. Get that phone. Peace.
That phone is always ringing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Might have been a police.
Oh yay.
Uh-oh.
All right. So what are we talking about now?
Me. You said I had some sort of a thing, and then you stopped mid-sentence.
Oh, you always wanted to have some sort of not friendship with them, but you had to
No.
relate to them on a personal level. I guess.
No animosity sense.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Huh?
I'm a terrorist sympathizer. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what you think, right? But
No.
I don't want to be enemies with someone. I just disagree, right?
No, this isn't agree.
Yes.
No, this is not an agree disagree genre.
I know, but again, I can't make them change their minds. So, but it doesn't mean that I don't sort of appreciate them as human beings.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way to state it. That you have an appreciation for the humanity of it.
Yeah, because basically some of these people might be the ones that save your life when you're like down and out somewhere.
I'm not saying that was a bad thing. I just wanted to point
Saving
it
my
out.
life? Huh?
I didn't say that was a bad thing.
Hmm.
That I just wanted to point it out so people
Yeah,
know
well,
that.
if you call me a terrorist sympathizer, do you think that that has a nice connotation?
No, but it's an apt description.
There you go. So why would you have me word it as a bad connotation, right? And then say, well, it's not that bad, right? It's weird.
It's not that it's not because you have to look at it on two sides. The appreciation for the humanity of it, I can understand that, but
I
still,
see them as little babies hurt, right?
but still, having said that, it is sort of. It's not. Maybe terrorist sympathizer is probably too strong of a phrase.
Yeah, but you use it anyways.
Well, when I do use it, it's usually like 100% apt.
What?
What? It's an apt description. That means you don't know what apt means.
No,
All right, let's look it up for you so I can get it right.
no, not just singular.
Apt
Yeah.
definition. So apt.
Here, folks, we are gonna learn something today.
you have to be thankful for that. It's so.
It's your funny bone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a nice backhanded slight. If I didn't know you, it was sort of. It's so insidious.
That's on the 10,000 word right there.
That's a $10,000 word. I like that word. So we got to do one at a time, though. Apt. That's appropriate or suitable in the circumstances.
You can just use it singular.
Apt. Yeah, you can. It's not apps like computer apps, phone apps. It's APT.
Yeah, apt with a T, yes, but it's sort of like done for, right? Like I apt.
No, you don't apt.
Oh, well, we have a word saying here in Holland. I WhatsApped you, right? And it's written with the T at the end.
Really?
Yes, so you threw me there a little.
So apt is appropriate or suitable. So in most cases, terrorist sympathizer, when I use it, it is appropriate and perfectly, properly suitable for the circumstances.
Yeah, like a mother clucking chicken chucker.
You're the overclocking, mother clucking chicken chucker. There's no doubt about this.
Yeah, I know that's you. The overclocking one, yeah.
So yeah, you're the overclocking one. Nathan brought that up with his computer. I just had to incorporate that into my vernacular.
Overclocking his computer clock.
Well, I was thinking, no, we've been on the mother cluckers and the chicken chuckers for a while, and when he said overclocking, it fit right in there. So,
yeah.
So insidious. This is whenever I say this or think of this word, I think of Betty. Proceeding in a gradual, subtle way, but with harmful effects.
I like that description.
Their example are sexually transmitted diseases.
Like germ theory.
Another definition is treacherous, crafty.
What theory?
Yeah. So we got that. What else? Acquiesce. That's another 10. We're going over 10,000. We're going over $10,000 words, Betty. So acquiesce is another $10,000 word that I love that word.
Yeah, but nobody uses it.
And they don't use it appropriately either.
I acquiesce.
Of course you would. Where'd I get that from? Oh, I got it from Captain Jack Sparrow.
Huh.
Hey! Hey!
Superchat! Oh, Fatty, go! Go for it, girl!
Tony Whitcomb.
Wait a second. What is it?
It's a super chat.
Super chat.
Tony Whitcomb said, flat earth people have a bigger IQ than any Mensa parrot.
Yeah.
Is there a Mensa parrot?
I don't know. You'll have to ask Tony. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, I do know that parrots have humor. That's what I know. You know why?
Parrots have
parrot.
Parrots have.
I've witnessed one time a parrot laughing at a dog that had to go outside, but it rained and the dog didn't want to go out, right? And my aunt, because the parrot was my aunt, and she just kicked him in the ass to get out the door, and that parrot started laughing out loud. Then that's when I knew that parrots have a sense of humor.
That's some nonsense, man.
Why? He knew when to laugh appropriately at the appropriate time.
I don't know about that. How big is a parrot's brain?
Doesn't matter.
How
big is the best computer chip? It's small.
They don't have a sense of humor. They're barely sentient.
Don't do it by size, mister, because you get into a whole...
That's what she said.
Topic. Yes.
Yeah,
you heard me.
Yeah, you heard me. But they're barely sentient. They don't have a sense of humor.
Oh, come on. You don't know what you don't know. Because
you
they can't
think
like that?
Hold on a second. You think parrots have a reasoned sense of humor?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I saw it. I experienced it.
You think maybe it was a coincidence?
No, it wasn't. It was a directive, line. Why are people... I had a guy tell me that dogs couldn't mourn over loss of another dog.
All right. Yeah. I've seen... Okay. Yeah.
So
I've
I'm
seen that.
thinking, how can people think that? Because we know that elephants mourn, right? They even stampede the hell out of a village where a dead calf was found.
Yeah, but
Something like
mourning a loss is
that.
that's a completely different world than having a sense of friggin' humor.
You think?
Yeah.
So you can have a mourning you can have
I
them
agree.
like crying over something, but you can't have them laughing over something.
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
a whole different. Yes, yes. It's
well, I'm sorry. We disagree.
I'm sorry for you. That's a completely different category.
I know that you're sorry for me, but I'm more sorry for you thinking that. I know my
Somebody's
dog.
sorry.
Let's go.
My dog back in the day. He sort of played a game on me, and I know that was his sense of humor. I know. And people say, yeah, you humanize pets and whatever. Well, I know that God is bigger than that, and He made also the animals with
Huh.
certain traits and
Let's
stuff.
get a
Also
feeling.
sense of humor.
All right. Thanks for your rendition there. Let's get a feeling by the people in. Oh, dang, Brian's here. He hasn't said anything. What's up, you big potato eater? He ain't coming
Who
off
says
mute.
this?
He ain't coming off mute. I think I may
Maybe
have
he has a potato in his mouth.
maybe he may get a mouthful of taters.
Give him some ketchup.
All right, let's go down the list here. What's up? Who's the A dot dot dot?
The A dot dot.
Yeah, we got the first person.
That's Price of Adam in your YouTube chat.
Oh, okay. Price Adam. Do you think that parrots or the animal kingdom, any nah, let me get out of the animal kingdom. I don't even know why I brought that up.
Pets. Certain pets.
Nah, pets just animals. Do you think animals would have a sense of humor? You know it. Not dumb animals. All right, thanks for your input. Brian, you old potato eater. Come off mute. He ain't coming off. These guys are stonewalling me.
Yeah, I know.
Cookie Monster. You're always interrupting. Might as well interrupt.
I am here.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to Brian. Here's the question, Brian. Betty brought this story up about parrots having a sense of humor, and her aunt kicked the dog in the butt outside into the rain, and the parrot started laughing. Do you think parrots or animals in general can have a sense of humor?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
They can have a sense of humor. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Flies, everything has a sense of humor.
Flies
give
have
them a chance.
Flies?
Yeah,
How the hell do you know a fly has a sense of humor?
because they'll make a point of landing on the tip of your nose when they know that's going to annoy you, right? Right. The reason they do that is because they know it's going to bother you, right? And if they don't like you, or if you've annoyed them, they'll do it to you in the middle of the night. But if they do like you, they'll do that kind of stuff to you in the middle of the day, right? They even flies, spiders, they all have a sense of humor. All animals have a sense of humor. You just don't see it because you start viewing them too much as an animal. And if you think about it, Betty actually has evidence that she has a memory of a parrot that laughed when a dog got kicked out into the rain. So you have no evidence that animals don't have a sense of humor.
Exactly.
So you're on a loser.
I'm on a loser.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks so much.
That's a good one. I'm on a loser.
That was the Betty version.
I haven't heard anyone phrase it quite like that before. I like that. That's mine. Cookie Monster.
Chat.
What?
Superchat.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yes.
I super chat. Did you hear it
Superchat.
that time?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know.
Every time I say it, it's like QE doesn't hear me.
Yeah, he doesn't hear women's voice.
Super chat.
I must have been talking.
No,
Oh.
you weren't.
It's
tune out women's voices. That's it.
Did the middle of my statement interrupt the beginning of yours?
Sure did.
Go on.
It's Tony Whitcomb again. He said parrots as in regurgitating. And he said, you conned me into a clarification comment.
Hey, Tony, I did not do that. That wasn't a con. Too funny, man. Thanks, though.
We just ran with it.
There you go.
We just ran with it.
Yeah, somebody ran with it. I think it was
Superchat.
Superchat.
We got Sasha saying unicorns have most sense of for humor, not spiders.
Not spiders, jeez. And maybe I am on a loser here.
Yes, you are.
All
Maybe
right.
you have a cat that has depression or something, but
Now, listen, we're not talking about other emotion. We're talking about a sense of humor, Betty.
yes, a sense of humor. Yes.
Cookie Monster, what say you?
I say yes, definitely. Most animals do have.
Listen to this. This is
My cats
surprising.
do stuff to me all the time, and it gets on my nerves. And I think they know. I think they can read your mind or something. I don't know for sure.
All right. Chubbs.
Have you not seen
Shut
these?
the Betty.
Wait a minute! I just want to get this out. The cat things, and the cats that are like doing this on purpose, like with the fellow cat and hitting it on the head or something, or like ambushing it and that sort of stuff, right? You have a cat that ambushes you.
Yeah, but that's not a sense of humor. That's an innate behavior.
But he knows that you like it. He does that for you.
Oh, brother, you interrupted for that. You interrupted Chubbs.
Sorry, I will shut up now.
All right,
For
Chubbs. You too, Cookie Monster. Shut the heck up.
Right.
Chubbs.
Hey, mate.
Chubbs. You're making sounds into your mic. It's not coming through, though.
Oh, you there?
Yeah, now I'm here. All right. Do animals have a sense of humor?
Brian brought up a good point with the flies. That was what I was thinking. Same thing.
So do you think animals have a sense of humor? Yes or no?
Yes,
Damn, I am
I
on.
have to agree.
All right. All right. I am on a loser, Brian. It looks like E. Who's E? ...
Ebo the noob.
Ebo the noob. Hey, E ... You need to get with A ... A-E ... A-E ... Do animals have a sense of humor? I guess not.
He probably won't pick up, bro. It's
Open
late
wicket.
in this country. He's my Bosnian buddy. It's late for him, so he's probably just signed in and listening.
All right, I got you. So super chat. Flatsy Klein. Do animals have a sense of humor?
Yes, they absolutely do. I had a dog for 13 years, and she would be so goofy, and when I would laugh, she would be even goofier just to make me laugh. So yes. And with the flies, I don't know if they have a sense of humor, but when you swat them away from you, it's like that makes them want to come near you more instead of away. So it's like counterintuitive. So maybe they do. Yeah.
That's I am on a stone cold loser.
Yes, you are.
Just take the L, QE.
Well, you can't be right all the time, John.
Mighty Mush.
Oh,
Betty, stop.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, Mighty Mush. Hey, hey, Betty, stop gloating.
I can't.
Mighty Mush.
Yeah, bro. I also do believe animals have a sense of humor,
All right.
100%.
All
I
right.
know about my dog. My dog even smiles, believe it or not. Like you can literally see a smile on his face when he's happy, dude. And he plays tricks with me, and yeah, 100%. And my wife also says horses have a sense of humor too. So there you go, bro.
Yeah. There. This is stone cold loser. Raleigh Criterion. Go ahead. Go ahead with another death knell.
Yeah, I've seen videos of a donkey braying after a dog got shocked by an electric fence. A donkey just started braying like crazy.
Sorry, it's cute. Yeah.
Reg Joe, Reg Joe's the last. Hold on, Reg Joe. I'm gonna introduce you. Reg Joe, you're the last one. You're the last nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I seen that video too. I think they got a sense of humor.
Oh boy, it's all over for me, Betty.
And you
You
know,
gotta-
you got another super chat.
Super chat.
That's
Chat.
what 7
Oh, wait. Super chat. We got 2.
Super chat. Super chat.
All right.
So Sasha said you have a bunch of pseudoscience animalists here. Sasha, come on now. And Retro Bill said parrots are notorious bugawkers. Bugawkers, sorry.
Bugawkers.
Who imitate laughs. I'm with QE on this one.
Listen, he's with me on this. See, Retro, I haven't seen you in a coon's age. Retro, where you been, man? But he agrees with me. That's just where it's a
bullshit.
landslide here, Retro
That's
Bill.
bullshit.
Shut up, Betty.
That's bullshit.
Listen,
I
I'm
call
just
bullshit.
I'm just telling him
Bullshit.
that he's on a L here. It's a landslide L, Retro. I'm telling you.
You know, just to sort of round this out with another video that I saw, there was a lion, right? And he saw a lioness lying somewhere else, and he was like stalking her, right? Like basically very slowly moving up on her to just sort of try to scare the daylights out of her. And that happened, right? So he jumped on her, and she was like mad as crazy. She ran after him a little, and then she went back and lay down again, and that guy was totally like angry that he was that it was like thwarted, right? That it was not received well. So you can see that animals have playful things. Why do they play? Why do they mourn? Why they have the same feelings?
So you're associating playful behavior, innate behaviors with it's very specific. A sense of humor, Betty.
Yeah, a sense of humor. Yes.
All right.
I remember my dog, for example. I always would hid behind a tree and would call them out, and then they had to search for me, right? Because I wanted to keep them paying attention to me. So I would do that trick. And one time, out of the corner of my eye, I see one of my dogs sort of walking backwards, which they almost never do, right? Walking backwards slowly behind a bench, like a bench in the woods, right? Somewhere. And I knew that he was like hiding from me. And I would call him and he would stay there, right? And I said, okay, there you are, right? And he would like come over and like be all playful and like wagging his tail. He was really playing a game with me. And you know that intuitively, it's your dog. You know what they are about.
Listen, I understand that you're going outside. This is a category error. I'm not saying the
God,
pets.
there we go with the fallacies again.
I didn't call it a fallacy. It's just a category error. I am specific. Playing and having a sense of humor are two different things. Although
The
they
sense of
can,
humor, yes, it's incorporated.
although they
into
can
play.
be. Stop rumpusing me. Although they can
my
be
God.
connected, right? But they are two separate categories.
I feel inclined to add that I asked my husband this question for you also, and there's a super chat. But I'm gonna say this really quick. He said that I think animals can pick up on your positive emotions versus negative, and they'll respond to. That's what he said. Yeah.
Down to earth, like man that can't see anything.
What are you
And
mumbling about?
Yes, I don't know. I see this totally different than yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get to the super chat.
Yeah, Tony Whitcomb. Globers have a belief that bats sleep standing up relative to their position, and a bat somewhere else on a ball. LOL.
Tony's
That's humor for you.
Tony's got a twisted view on reality, boy. You You got to watch out for his super chats because there's he puts them in layers. Retro Bell it's pretty, it's right on its face usually, but Tony, I'm not. Retro does that sometimes too, but Tony always. You got to be careful with his super chats. There's a deeper meaning behind there somewhere. It's more than bats, Betty, is what I'm saying.
Is it?
It's borderline sarcasm.
Yeah. All right, so I take the L, but I think you guys are committing a category. Some of it's going to be category errors.
Well, if you can have a sense of humor, especially animals can have a sense of humor.
Listen, yeah, that is another straight. That's not a backhanded slight. You just came up and slapped me right in the face.
Right from, yeah, exactly. I need to defend the animals.
All right, fair enough. I'll take the L on that one, even though most of you are in the category error. Don't even realize it.
And you know that my that same parrot, right? He was also known for farting, like making farting sounds. And my uncle, right? He would do that, and usually because that's what he learned it from. And that parrot would like annoy the heck out of him, right? Because these guys were like at odds with one another. So, and that parrot wanted to sort of be nasty. He would like fart a lot of.
He would make a fart sound?
My uncle would be blamed, you know?
He would make a fart sound?
Yes. Yes, on purpose. And he would only do it with my uncle, right?
This parrot, is this parrot still alive?
I think it's a baller. This guy is a parrot.
It's a globe earth parrot.
Globe Earth.
Betty, that is the best thing I've heard all day.
That's pretty good, Betty. This parrot is a special case because now you're in it. This is the category. That's the category. Yeah, not playful, not ambushes, which most animals do. They have that innate quality to them, right?
Yeah, but still it's playful. You know,
it is playful.
Yeah.
But
And
playful
you,
doesn't
right?
mean equal sense of humor.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
The whole startup with playing has something to do with humor.
Oh, bro. Okay, listen. You'll have the final word on this. Take the con.
What part are you having such trouble with?
Relax. Betty, take the con for about 2 minutes. You can have the last word, and you can talk about me while I'm away.
Wow. Yeah, but you won't listen to him.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
He takes the L with a caveat and then leaves, so you can have the last word. He doesn't hear it.
He gracefully just ditches. Yeah.
That's so typical QE, right? Just leave, right? And then, yeah. But we don't fall for that, right?
Duty calls.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm thinking he knows that there's humor with animals. Can't be anywhere else. And if you would have seen it, the parrot and the sequence, right? And also you see this TikTok movies, and of course there's a lot of people that do stuff that's wrong, right? With sort of putting things together that don't match. But you usually sort of catch that. But yeah, you can see that they ambush each other for fun and for that, and just enjoy it. And also the guilt with the dogs. If you say, well, who did this? And that the dogs, like, you see that they're guilty feeling, right?
Yes.
They feel guilty.
Look, I'm with you because having my dog for 13 years, like, she was like my best friend, and I didn't notice how much like she was a part of who I am until I lost her. But she would comfort me when she would know I was sad. She'd crawl up and comfort me. She would make me laugh and then keep doing something to make me laugh. Or stuff like that. Now I could see that, you know, she picks up on the positive and negative.
We do that same thing as human beings.
Yeah.
So what's really different with that?
It's true. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm definitely with you on that one.
Have you guys seen? There's these TikTok little clips
Yeah.
with a dog called Bunny, and there's the woman, the owner, has sort of on a mat on the floor with all kinds of buttons, and she has learned that dog to say certain words, and that dog is sometimes asked, "I dog, why?" It's so funny. Like the dog has like issues with "Why am I a dog?" sort of like things, and she learns them little words so with these buttons, and and then she sort of adds more words on that, and then yeah, so little words like saddle or like walk, um, medicine, whatever. One time she was forgetting the medicine in the morning, and the dog reminded her. He said, "Remember medicine," something like this. And yeah, if you see that, then you think, okay, dogs, they might not think in words, maybe more in like images or whatever, but they are certainly able to know what you're saying. I know
Some
that when I was talking to my dog or towards about my dogs, they would like listen in and would come over. They would know that I was talking about them. It's more of those things. I mean, we don't, because we can't really communicate on a good level with dogs. Doesn't mean that they have like emotions and um, an understanding of us. Maybe a better understanding than we have of them.
Well, some people can't even think with like dialogue in their heads. They have to think certain different way, like certain ways about things. Like I can't relate because I can have dialogue in my head and pictures, so I
Yeah,
don't know the other side of that.
yeah. I've heard that too. I think I heard Nathan say it once that there's people that don't have any dialogue in their heads.
Yeah, no internal dialogue. Yeah, it's a backhanded slight.
Yeah, but there's people that don't have it.
Yeah, I
Are
know.
you one of them?
There's some in the VC.
You?
No, not me.
Oh, wow. All right. Hmm.
All right, too
Can you
funny.
go away for a while? We had such a nice conversation. You were
This is my show.
not anymore. It is. Hmm.
Can you go away for a little while longer?
Please.
Yeah, it's Betty and Flatsy's show now.
That's all
Get
right.
used to
Go.
it.
We'll go on with your bad selves. Let's see what happens.
Your bad self.
That's what my mom says.
Really? Oh, we got a super chat.
Superchat.
Super chat.
Retro Bill. Maybe Betty is right. Get it, QE, get it. Okay. I once watched ants carry a potato chip up a wall, drop it, and then it broke into pieces, and they carried them off one by one. Hey, efficient.
Oh yeah, and what about crows also, right? They're also very smart. Throwing things in front of a stoplight, right? Or a stoplight, traffic light. We say stoplight. And they wait for the cars to run over the nuts, and so they can pick up the pieces and eat. So they're very smart.
That's different.
Also,
Hold on.
But that's not an emotion. I understand.
Okay.
But it is smart.
Also, I was on campus one day. I was like all by myself, like waiting. I was waiting to go into like the office for, it was like the student center, and I was waiting to go in there, and I was sitting on one of the benches outside, and a squirrel took notice of me, and I watched it come like from the ground to the tree that was over me, and it got up in the tree right above me and pooped. And it's like it tried to poop on me, but it ended up landing like near me, and I'm like, this little shit just did that. I don't know. So maybe they do. I could be with Betty on this because it seems like it.
They have revenge too. I know that the Dachshund of my parents, when you would step on his toes or tail or whatever, you would think that he would forget about it after 10 minutes if he didn't have a sort of a revenge action right away. After 10 minutes, he will still get you, bite you in the ankles. Right?
Well, revenge, as we all know, is a dish best served cold.
There you go.
But if it's spun up into if it's spun into dog years, it happens much faster and warmer.
But you understand that also revenge is basically a human trait, they say, but it's also an emotion, right?
That's astonishing. All right. Anything else on this topic, and then we'll get to the big stuff? Hello? Is anyone out there? Did I lose everyone?
No, I was on mute. I said, let's go to the big stuff, because you can't handle the small.
I can't. What does that mean?
Exactly what it says.
All right, let me get over here. And then we can go on. We'll pick another topic. Thanks, Tony Wickham, for saying parrot, and then go off for how long we've been going? Hour and a half.
Oh no, we aren't going on an hour and a half of this.
We've gone a long time.
True.
All right, that's fair enough, though. I think it was an interesting topic, and like I said, I'll take the L on that one. I don't have a problem with it.
Loser. Let's spell it out loud.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on, folks. We're gonna have to. I take
Write
that
it down. Loser.
as you were.
Loser.
Would you stop it?
Loser.
I got to get rid of this screen share. Add another one. There we go. So QE, share your screen.
Loser.
You better stow that shit. All right, where are we?
You chicken checker.
Now we're back, you overclocking mother clucker. I think I got it. Like I said, this is... I ended up adding an addendum to last week's BALLBUSTERS and add this on the end because it was more or less in the middle of the presentation. I stuck it right in there with the information, and it's a gem, right? This is all you need to quickly just defeat at a fundamental level the atheist evotard baltards. It's very simple, and it like I said, it's like poetry. So I even put the PS up there. I know because there is a PS in the presentation, but I digress. So the three numpty pillars of atheism. Number one, something can come from nothing naturally. Number two, ink, paper, and glue molecules can author technical instruction manuals and blueprints. And number three, they directly violate the science lovers, according to them, the laws of thermodynamics, quantum mechanics, and common sense. I don't understand this. We are in 2020, almost 2024. We got atheists out there and on venues that they purport themselves to be intellectuals. And this is the dumbest shit I ever heard. These three statements. Well, it's not the dumbest. It's close, but pretty stupid. Right?
I can let you know. I just had a conversation with somebody last night in 24/7, and he was saying, because he kept reducing the argument like to the infinite regress.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he believes that the universe is eternal, so it didn't come from nothing. It's just always been here.
Yeah, well, I dealt with that at the beginning of the presentation. Not this one, but on the website. Did you point him to my website?
I went to your website and was talking your talking points with him.
Oh, so you cleared up the past eternal universe nonsense?
It was still unsuccessful. He wasn't receiving the information.
You know why? Because of that
Yeah,
right
they don't
there.
listen.
Because of this right here. They're directly violating the laws of thermodynamics.
Yep, I told him that.
Yep. There you go. There's the poster child. Thank you very much.
Did he say the universe is has always been here, and he's technically like a theist? He believes like the universe.
Yeah, he's directly
Yeah,
violating the
yeah,
laws
sure.
of thermodynamics. Yes. That's fine. I don't care what they believe. They're numpties, is what I'm trying to say. Werner Heisenberg, pioneer of quantum mechanics. I know everyone's heard this one before. The first gulp from the glass of natural science will turn you into an atheist, but at the bottom of the glass, God is waiting for you. I don't know what they do with this. Of course, he wasn't specific enough, but from the presentation of how he said this, it must just drive a knife right into him. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. Maybe they don't even feel anything. I don't know. Do atheists have a sense of humor? Because there's some dumb animals.
No.
That's what I figured.
They are worse than that.
Way to tie that in there.
Let's start with this. I love this thing, man. So just a simple word, supernatural. So to find out the meaning of this word, you have to find out what the prefix is and the suffix, essentially. Prefix super, over and above. So super means over and above nature. What is nature? Well, the physical world and everything in it. Natural, physical, material world. Everyone knows this almost intuitively. So supernatural must be above and beyond the material, physical world or universe. Just because somebody says supernatural, it doesn't mean ghosts, right? Now, that could be a category of the supernatural, but it just doesn't mean ghost, right? I mean, we're not in third grade, are we? So supernatural is above and beyond anything that is not material and part of the physical world. Therefore, it logically follows that the supernatural is immaterial, completely lacking matter and energy, correct? That's rhetorical. Well, do these exist? Atheist? Truth. Logic. There's a big one right there. This is your death knell. All of them are, but this is the killer. Time, thoughts, even maths. From Paul Davies, here's a heavy hitter. Astrophysicist, Arizona State University. Information is more than just the description of our universe and the stuff in it. It is the most basic currency of existence. The most basic currency. Even an atheist, he doesn't even realize he's train wrecking himself. Because Paul Davies is a well-known atheist. His boss, his what the heck was his name? He was in England. He was the one that used to laugh at the Big Bang. He was the guy that used to talk about the tornado through a junkyard, and then it comes out with a 747 would be a reasonable facsimile for how life began. What's it? Fred Hoyle. That's it. See, I knew I'd get it, Betty. I just had to talk my way through it. So Fred Hoyle was Paul Davies' daddy. He was his PhD advisor back in the day. But Paul Davies, he's big stuff. And like he said, the most basic currency of existence at the ontological basement of reality. He's close. And you've heard that term before, ontological. The ontological primitives. Paul Davies is close with this one. He's just one step away because you can't have information without a knower. Can't happen. So we're building up to this. If information is the basic currency of existence, and according to Norbert Wiener, or Weiner, the Wiener, from professor of mathematics at MIT, information is information, neither matter nor energy. So we got a big problem. Well, we don't. Atheist tards, you got a big damn problem right here. If information is the most basic currency of existence, of reality, and information is neither matter nor energy, and you think that matter and energy is all that there is, that Lucy has some splaining to do, because that's a paradox. If you follow that, we're not there yet. So truth, logic, information, time, thoughts, and maths, these are immaterial or supernatural by definition. Why? Because anything physical, that is matter or energy, will have to have one of these or one or more of these attributes. Chemical formula or structure, charge, momentum, or spin, or kcals, kilojoules, or millielectron volts. This part is the matter. See this part after the or? This is energy. You see how that connects? Matter, energy, physical. That's what these have to have for the atheist to exist. For these things to exist. If you can't post what I just asked for right now, Alice in Wonderland is more tenable than the atheist position. This is how easy it is to destroy you. Now we're going to dance on your grave a little bit. Moreover, in an atheistic worldview, that's philosophical naturalism or realism. That's scientifically falsified, by the way, which has its bedrock foundation that the physical material world is all that exists. This is what I just said. How on earth can the immaterial exist without violating the law of non-contradiction? For us, please. That is, how can the material physical world be all that exists for atheists, then have immaterial exist? Yeah, truth, logic, information, time, thoughts, you have to deny that these exist. Of course, you can't. Make yourselves look like an idiot, right? These are, again, supernatural by definition. They're immaterial. So, if you're an atheist and you believe that these exist, that means you're a supernatural atheist. It's just as simple as that. That'll give married bachelors a run for their money. What's even funnier, essentially what atheists are doing, which is so incomprehensibly absurd. This is the coup de grace, folks. See if you can't acquiesce to this little gem. They're adopting the Christian worldview by using immaterial, that is, thoughts, truth, logic, and information, all immaterial, the very tenets their religion must deny the existence of, as the vehicle or medium to present evidence against the very thing they can't believe in, the Creator, the Christian worldview. It's a reverse stuff. Logically, it's a hammer meet for C4 fire scenario. It makes a $6 million man crash and burn look like a fender bender. It's tantamount to attempting to falsify air, all the while breathing in vast quantities to reach the invalidation. Therefore, every atheist is a presuppositional kleptomaniac. Why? Stop stealing, then using my worldview to clumsily attempt to falsify my worldview, please. The end. You knuckle-dragging window lickers. Poor dumb bastards. Questions, comments on that?
I absolutely love this presentation.
Yeah, I do too. I was talking to my wife because she says earlier today, she says, you got a show today. I said, yeah. She goes, what are you teaching on? And I said, and she followed it with, you were teaching on the Creator the other day. And I said, yeah. And I did add the addendum of the supernatural atheist. And I said, supernatural atheist. And she gave me a weird look. And I said, don't you understand that they have to at least I didn't say acquiesce. They have to acquiesce to the idea that the supernatural exists, not ghosts and stuff. And I sort of went through this part of the presentation with her real fast. And I came to the conclusion because I love the conclusion, the supernatural or the presuppositional kleptomaniacs. And she gave me a weird look like, what the hell are you talking about? So I'm going to have to explain it to her coming up here after the show. What's up with my red little star?
You have a whole couple of people that are presuppositionalists.
Asterisk.
Do you remember that guy?
No swearing.
Do you remember that guy?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, the machete.
You called him Machete Christian.
Yeah. He said a couple of times, I can't talk to you because you don't have the foundation to stand upon.
Yeah, you can't even reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked him. I know. What's his name? How come we can't remember his name?
I forgot. Ken Ham? Was Ken Ham?
It wasn't Ken Ham.
Someone like him.
Yeah, the presuppositional guy. What's his?
Wait a minute. It was a sort of a Dutch name, almost.
I'm not thinking about him. I'm talking about the one that uses presuppositional arguments out here.
Oh, okay. That was Richard. Dawkins.
Darth Dawkins. Yeah.
I like him, but he. I kind of like his arguments and stuff, but they ridicule him so much so that nowadays he is not there anymore.
Yeah, I understand that. But it sounds like he got most of the arguments from the other gentleman you were talking about, the one that, remember we watched that video?
Yeah, I have no idea again who the guy, because I knew about him.
His arguments are all correct. He is exactly right. I just take a little different spin. And before I even knew about presuppositional arguments, I had this one in the bag.
Yeah.
I just didn't have, this was the final touch to it. Remember that many years ago when I said, wait a second, that makes them presuppositional kleptomaniacs.
Yeah.
And I've got so many atheists, they get pissed when they see this. So that shout out to them, because that's what you are. Because you have to presuppose my worldview to go ahead and defeat my worldview. It's like I said, it's incomprehensibly absurd. But they have to do that. They have to make a horse's asses out of themselves. But
I know his name again, by the way.
What's his name?
Cy ten Bruggekater.
Oh, Cy what?
Cy ten Bruggekater.
Oh, God, spell it.
Ten Bruggenkate. Or Bruggenkate, whatever you guys sort of with the name.
Well, make sure and type it in the chat so people can go and check out one of his videos. He did do something, not with Ken Ham. He did it with he collaborated with the video with what?
Yeah, we're good on names, aren't we?
We're doing bad on names. I can see this guy's face. Is it not Ken Ham, but the I can't believe I'm struggling with this dude's name. I can see his face. The evolution guy.
Yeah. Oh, is that an evolution guy?
Kent Hovind?
Kent Hovind's son.
But that's not an evolution guy. Is he an evolutionist?
No, the one that talks about or debunks evolution. I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Kent Hovind, yes.
Yeah. So what's his son's name?
I don't know.
He's
that.
I don't know.
It's Hovind. I'm looking for the first name.
Eric, maybe?
Eric, that's his name. Yeah, Eric Hovind. Yeah. So Eric's been out there. I don't know not too many people talk about Eric, but Eric's out there that stepping and fetching, man. He's doing a lot of stuff. But anyway, that Cy guy does a collaboration with him, and they're in this debate. It's a formal debate, and that Cy guy just destroys the atheists with so little effort. It's laughable. Using presuppositional arguments. He doesn't use mine. Mine's
Mhm.
an offshoot. Like I said, I
More
never knew
sciencey.
about these guys.
It's more sciencey, and theirs is more like on the Bible and the foundation of morality and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think he goes into morality all that much, does he? It's the Psy guy.
Yeah. Well, so sometimes it's about killing babies. If that's normal, right? Why wouldn't it? If you're an atheist,
Yeah,
what does
I'd
it
have
matter?
to.
What does even emotions matter to an atheist? I mean, so you're hurt. Why? Who
Yeah,
cares?
I'm gonna have
Do
to
what
go.
thou wilt.
Holy shit!
I wasn't done yet. Do what thou wilt. I said.
I'm gonna have to go back and. Can you find one of his videos? I want to go back and listen to it again. He's quick and very sharp, and I'm gonna have to check that out again. But his arguments they're solid. I can remember evaluating them, and they were solid.
The thing is, you can also maybe do a treatment, but then on the positive side. How about that?
Oh, that's a new twist.
Yes. So when I look up one of these videos that you, then you can sort of say, okay, I would have not maybe approached it that way, but I do like this and laugh out loud, right? That could be fun.
Yeah, but it has to be another name because it can't be the treatment.
No, of course not.
Even though the treatment always has negative connotations.
Yes, but then again, it's a treatment on someone else in that same video, maybe.
I like.
But we can move on with another like twist on this, and maybe think of a word that does sort of catch this all.
Okay.
I think it's a good point to say that atheists think that their creator is nothing, and when they die, they return to their creator, nothing. That's what they think.
Yep.
Yeah, you got like I was saying before, the damnedest thing about it is these people, they think they're intellectuals. That's you get that feeling, right? It's underlying, that like they're the intellectual Rhodes scholars of reality for everyone, right? And meanwhile, they're the dumbest ass crackers this side of Topeka.
Yeah. Yeah. That guy, but when I talked earlier about with the vacuum thing,
Yes.
He said yes. I said, well, go to your people, your scientists, because that's their story, right? It's their fable, but their story. And he said, yeah, I'm not a scientist. And I'm thinking, now you distance yourself from it? He said, yes, that's why it's a belief. I caught him on so many levels he didn't even know what hit him. Too funny. Yep.
Say that I had to get up for a second.
That same guy is also an atheist. He doesn't believe in God, and I can't believe in something that I can't see. I said, well, you didn't see the pyramids being built, right? You didn't see the architect, but it's still there, right? So the evidence is there. So the evidence of Earth and all that's created is there, right? So and it's all about morality. So if there is no moral laws, like one huge universal overarching moral law, and we all are basically left to our own devices, then why do anything? Because when a sort of tyrannical system comes over us, we are nowhere, right? They can do whatever, and people still find it unfair to be treated with nastiness, right?
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to find out that there's some sort of mechanism within the human body that gives that cognitive or that clean slate over to the abyss of the mind, like where you can't access it and start filling it up. I wouldn't be surprised because even in the Bible it says that he'll give you over to your delusions.
Yeah. Well, people, when they sort of come to certain conclusions, they sort of build a wall around it. It's that stony heart that also is mentioned in the Bible, and it's surrounded by stone and you can't get through anymore, right? Because it's a hard thing. It has never anything to do with reason and mind stuff, because it's something of the heart. Because you can bring up any argument, but if it doesn't land in their hearts and sort of gives them sort of a jolt, like in the sense of, okay, this hits me, or this is doing something to me, this argument, and then say, okay, yeah, I could be wrong, right? They can't say that anymore. They just have shielded themselves, and then you get these people that have two thoughts that are sort of contradicting in mind, right? You can say, for example, I don't like mandatory vaccines, or they like mandatory vaccines, but they are pro-abortion, for example, right? And it's sort of weird contradictions.
Well, they need you to have a plethora of ideologies to cling to so that you don't feel like you're limited, I guess, in this weird religion that the world adapts to and adopts from not even from anyone that cares about them. So it's kind of weird. It's a weird time to be living.
And I'm thinking that the Western world, where we have like better lives usually than people in the Middle East, where there's little food, or the Africa, for example, because these people sort of know or still understand there is a God. Also Muslims, right? These guys know there's a God, right? They might not having the good one in mind, but they still are closer than the Western world people from time to time. And I'm thinking it's because when you are sort of living in a rich environment and everything is being met, every need is being met, you don't think that you need a God to survive. But if you're in the desert or somewhere else on icy plains, or like in Africa, when even an ant can kill you, for example, then yeah, I mean, then you tend to want to have a God that is fair on you, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would like to add though, see, a lot of people that claim to be atheist, they'll dismiss someone who may have been a non-believer before, or they came to the end of themselves, like hit rock bottom, and they have their stories of finding God from hitting rock bottom, because a lot of the times, for most people, you have to come to the end of yourself before you discover, oh wow, there is a God. Like it takes your ego death, like and just hardships to turn to God, and and need Him. You realize that you need Him. You don't have everything under control in this life, so that's it's dismissed though as just, oh, they turned to God because they had nothing else, and to go on they needed something like that in their mind, so let them have it. Or they'll just like placate and dismiss that, when in fact that's shouldn't be dismissed. It's actual evidence of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, basically. I think it's sad because you see, most of the people that turn to Christ are the ones that hit rock bottom, right? The people that were addicted to drugs or whatever, and they were like suicidal and whatever, they are usually the ones that come to Christ. But also the Muslims nowadays, in droves, they come to Christianity. It seems that they are really hungry for God, which is sort of a thing too. You need to be hungry for knowing the truth and wanting to know the truth and wanting to do the right thing in this world. And eventually, that you will end up sort of facing God. And I sort of see all these atheists as like hurt animals, because something must have happened to let them turn away, right? But also to get them back is also very difficult because it's a hard thing. They have to basically admit that they also need a savior, and they also need to admit that they have wrong thoughts and do the wrong things and have sin in their lives. Otherwise, they can't turn around. So yes, I am a what was it again? So the terrorist sympathizer in that sense. Because you can also see when you are debating people that think they know the truth, as the atheists think they do, you see almost the demons come out. They will attack you with such a well, feisty way. Like it's nasty.
Feisty, incoherent blockheads.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna get. We ever get some atheists or some evotards on here? I told her I'm gonna get them to renounce their faith live. I've been talking about it on Nathan's show because usually they go away a little angry or they got to be mooted because they lose their shit. But once I present the argument to them, whatever that may be, like this is my claim, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and the conclusion is without a doubt factual. They're not getting off. They're not getting away. They're gonna have to publicly renounce their faith.
Nice.
I'm gonna make it so. Number one.
You underestimate their stubbornness.
No, I don't. I know how they're gonna react, but I want a public renouncement of their faith, and I will be justified and do so. I have a mandate.
Yeah, but you want to be paid to do this, so that doesn't work.
No, I don't. What do you mean paid?
Yes, you
to
want to
do
be paid to doing debates.
Yeah, but that no formal debates. These are just going to be just off the cuff. This,
How many people did you have? Because there were people that did say that because of your arguments or write-ups, and that they did come to back to God.
Yep.
I think you had a couple of people do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was nice. It was nice, and also some people that really said it online too. It was nice.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. If you call them names and whatever, they will dig in their heels some more. I think.
Just like I said, it just depends. Go ahead, Platzi.
I was agreeing with Betty. When you call them names and stuff, they'll dig their heels in more for sure.
I'm not gonna call them names at first until they start being obtuse.
But that doesn't help.
Well,
that's what we're saying.
Well,
you can't scare people into believing God. You need to love on them, right?
Well, it just depends because you get the militant. See, the militant atheists and me don't get along. That I'm talking about militant atheists. But if you get a pretender,
but those people are more hurt.
You get a pretender clown. Listen, if I sense pretender clown fraud, and just by their demeanor, it's open season. It's over.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think that they will sort of be helped that way. Because it didn't work with that Dawkins guy, Richard Dawkins, for example, right?
Richard Dawkins, the real one?
Yeah, Richard Dawkins, the real one, yes, the real atheist.
What didn't
that
work?
goes around and does debates.
So what didn't work with him?
Calling them names or whatever. That man is like, how do you say that? Not really. Does not do anything for him.
I seen him get drug around with people not calling him names, and he still was just standing there like
there you go. So it will not work in all cases.
Right.
Because it's a thing of the heart, like I said.
Yeah.
So this guy, I think that he had a bad childhood, and he sort of dug in his heels with that, and now he has invested so much so into this that he can not let go. You know that, right? Some people have invested so much that it takes a really fall to the ground, and not many people are willing to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah, but there is some benefit out there if you're on a platform where you have a venue where people are watching and the atheist just gets deconstructed and eviscerated in front of everyone.
You know, when you can do it in anonymity, the ones that are watching or listening to this, you might be able to reach them, right? But the one that you're debating, nah, it's not
Yeah,
gonna happen.
correct. Yeah, because there's a lot of pride there and stuff. And like I
Pride,
said, if there's
The crowd,
go ahead.
yeah, but the audience, like the audience is just one of them. Like most of them, like you can look at the last atheist debate with that Leo guy. Like everybody that was in that crowd, they didn't ask that Leo guy no questions. They they all, once they ask those questions, they're just gonna team up and just
Which one?
basically stampede QE. Like what was it, Leo and Whitsitt debating? Whitsitt was kind of like trying to say some of your talking
Oh,
points.
that one where he stole my. I didn't finish listening to the whole thing. So what happened at the? You talking about what happened at the end?
Yeah, at the end, like everybody that was in that crowd, they only had questions for Whitsitt.
Really?
And they was even like arguing back and forth with him. Yeah, you ain't see the last part?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't watch the whole thing. Maybe I should go back and do that.
Yeah, the last part of it, like it was literally the guy that debated. I think the guy that debated Flatzoid, he was there. Like it was like YouTubers there, and they ain't had no questions really for the guy Leo. They were just there just to go back and forth with Whitsitt.
How did Shits at 20 handle himself?
Well, he did pretty good. I mean, he pretty much took your presentation.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, how could you?
But he didn't want to go into the quantum mechanic thing, though. He was like, but he said like, I think they said something about. He brought it up because they brought it up, but he like, I don't really believe in this. But then he basically explained it.
Oh, they did bring it up to him. No way.
Yeah, you gotta look at the last part. It's the last part when they ask him questions.
Yes, I'll go back. I gotta find it, but I'll go back and listen to it. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, if you be in a similar situation, the people in the audience, it's probably would be a few people in the audience that's on the fence, but for the most part, those guys, it's just gonna be, they're gonna stampede only you.
Yes.
Like, so.
Yes, that's my kind of party. But yes, you are correct. Yeah. Because they can't reason well. They're there for pride's sake, because I don't know what it is, and it just be pure speculation on my part. It's a disease. It's a disease of the mind. What do you think, Betty? Disease of the mind and the heart?
Yeah, that's a difficult one.
Yeah. We don't know the reason why, but it is a congregation.
Something psychological, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's creepy. Because these aren't you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to figure these things out for yourself. I mean, you don't need my presentation. I mean, I knew as soon as I looked at a tree when I was a kid, I said, "Oh, yep, there's a creator." Like Betty was talking about, when you're a child, you know it.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah.
So, you know what's even weirder? Those atheists that'll wear like apparel that I've seen this. This is why I'm bringing it up. That says God is dead. Oh, yeah. I'm like, you just acknowledge that God exists.
Right. They don't even know that. Like, I said that to the dude like yesterday. He was debating it. The guy that said something about the universe is like, I'm a theist. I believe the universe and all that. I like, okay, that's a contradiction to the second law of thermodynamics. But he tried to use entropy to support his. Like, you trying to hijack the second law of thermodynamics. But he said he started talking about morality. I said, well, in order for you to start, having these complaints to God about morality. Like, well, can you at least admit that God exists? I mean, I wouldn't complain to Santa Claus about how he jumped through my chimney and get my kids presents. That's breaking and entering, right? Why would I complain to Santa Claus about him breaking and entering in my house if it don't exist? And I know that my wife bought the presents. So can you admit that God exists?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, these are it's childlike argument. They train wreck themselves, right? It's so funny. I don't and like Betty was. It's a disease of the mind and of the heart. They can't see it for some reason. No matter how far you break it down, yeah, there's pride in it, obviously. But
Well, if you go back to basically what they've been through in their lives, right? Sometimes you come to a hurt that's so deep, and that basically they're in rebellion with God, right? There's usually a rebellion. There's usually the blame that God did it. Bad situations in life, addictions, death of people around them. They blame God, or like illness and diseases or disabilities or whatever. Like the guy at work, for me, it was a disabled child that was been born, and yeah, over, right? God is not there anymore. He wasn't even there, and I was a fool, right? And then they start adding up these cliches that the atheists usually have, right? I can't see it, so it's not there. So that sort of like, yeah, sort of like thoughts, and it's sad because they they do believe that if there is a God, then that God is faulty, right? He is a warring God, or he's a sadist or whatever, right? Because he allows all these things in the world. Because if you go and ask, if there was a God, why wouldn't you believe in it? Then they would usually say, well, look at the world. They don't think that they are responsible for any of it, right? But they think that God did it. And when you say, well, there's also a devil, the devil doesn't exist, right? So God, if anything happens and there is something, then there is an evil God, but there's not a devil.
right, yep, I'm following.
It's weird. It's so totally weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what was weird last night? I was talking to that guy that I was telling you about. He said he was trying to sympathize with the fall of Adam and Eve. Like, why would God just punish them for they didn't know what they were doing, and they knew full well what like, I don't know.
Oh, yes,
It's
they
so
did.
funny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's but they don't even want to listen. I mean, I have my mom and dad, for example. They don't want to even listen to certain arguments. And they say, yeah, well, you take too long to explain this. And I'm thinking, yeah, but what does length have anything to do with the argument? I mean, just hear me out once. Why can't you just hear me out once, hear the story once, but they don't want to even listen to it? And I'm thinking, oh, if your basically eternity after this life depends on it, I would want to know, but they don't seem to care.
Well, I tried to just kind of sum up the conversation that I had with that guy last night, and I'm like, you've got to take it from our perspective, because we're on this, we're the negative to the positive claim of the globe. So we're flat. You're on a flat Earth channel where everybody's like flat earthers. We have no option but to see the world for what it is and see that there has to be a creator. There is no other option. So that was pretty much how I had to just kind of like see it from our point of view, because you're making us like go through your point of view, which is the infinite regress. You didn't answer my question. Where does this God get his origin? I'm like, well, if there is an origin to that origin, then you need an origin to that origin. Like, he didn't understand that it was just an infinite regress.
Yeah, but and besides that, if we have time and space, and they think in worldly, like humanly, like minds, but they don't understand that there's also a godly mind that might supersede all of that. And if I'm the creator of a game, I'm outside the game. I'm not inside the game. I have different qualities. I can do different things. I can change the nature of the game. I can change how the avatars work and what they can do and that sort of stuff. And I'm thinking, why can't I see a God like that is beyond time and space? Which means that there isn't a need of who created the creator. And when they are themselves talking about that, then they usually go to aliens, and the aliens created us because we have Enki and whatever, and they go to the Sumerian like stories, like myths, and I'm thinking, now you're kicking the can down the road, right?
The aliens did it. Well, I guess they have to blame somebody, right?
But they don't blame themselves. That's usually what happens.
That
They
is a
are
good
like
point about the video game.
again.
I said that is a good point about the video game. I don't know why they don't understand it like that.
Yeah, she hijacked it from me.
No way! I knew this before you. Come on. This is something that you
It's
can.
always about you, isn't it?
No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you were the
Let's
big
take a
winner. You thought of it all before, even if it's not.
You got the
Don't believe
video game analogy. Where you thought about that before? About he was outside the game. That's one of my sticks.
I understand, but it's not yours
Are you
only.
sure you didn't take it from her?
More people thought of this.
All right.
It's like the typewriter. Many people thought of the typewriter. There's just one that got the patent.
Fair enough. Okay, go on.
And the other one that you use, which I find also a very good one, is how can God oversee everything, right? And that's when you are on a high, tall building and
Yes.
watching a band parade. That you explain that much better than I do. I like that analogy, by the way.
That's a great analogy because that's just like the character that makes you think like you an NPC complaining about the creator of the game. Like imagine if the NPC's like, hey, you controlling Franklin? Why is it okay for Franklin to shoot me in the head? But why is Trevor blowing up houses? That's not right. Like, okay, then Franklin kill him. Like I'm the creator. I'm the creator of the game. Like I'm controlling the game. I could change the characters in the game. I could change Franklin. I could be Franklin. I could be Trevor. That's just like how is the creation complaining about the creator and saying creation want the creator to have the same morality as you. No, it's different. The creator is in a whole other state of existence. Like you can't even understand where yet because you're not there.
It's just ungrateful people who don't want to have accountability.
Exactly. Yeah, and blame others, right? I mean, basically, it comes back to Adam and Eve in the garden, where the serpent is sort of deceiving Eve, and you can be like God, right? You can be like God, and
You surely won't die.
yeah, well, but also especially you can be like God. So that's usually what happens first. I can be like God. I don't need God. Where do I need God for, right? That's what happens. That's sort of the Eve like thought, right? I don't need God. I can do it on my own, or I just need this, or I want this. The lusts, the things, that's yeah. And then you got Adam, and he's like, okay, that's the one. She's the one that did it. You gave me her, so basically he's blaming God. So Adam is more like I blame God, like type.
Yeah, we can see that with QE and how he just doesn't listen to women.
Ain't that some bull? Look, you already got her converted, Betty.
Only if there's a chat.
You already got her converted. Listen.
Oh, that's what he's afraid.
She's speaking with confidence about it too.
Wow.
Wow. You must be. Your parents must be prouder than game roosters, Betty.
Yes.
I got to knock her down a peg.
Again?
I'm gonna knock her down a peg.
That's pretty easy to do.
How are you going about it?
I
Gonna
don't know.
go
I'll
about
just wait. I'll just sit back and wait till she says something that's sort of off
Oh yeah,
canter.
like you do with me, right?
Doesn't take long.
And otherwise, you will attack her, like education, like you did.
Educate. I will not.
Oh, I am from down home Alabama, so our education is attacked all the time over here.
I would never
She's
stoop
used
that.
to it, so you don't have her on that one.
I would never stoop that low.
Not yet, anyways. Nice conversation, this, huh?
Well, it was the Betty Flatsy show.
Yeah, we told you.
I know you did.
Shouldn't be a big surprise.
It's not. I let you go, didn't I?
Yeah.
That's a great title.
You want me to change the title?
Do you think, Kiwi, there's a difference
Best show ever.
This
between
is
how
the
women...
best show ever? I don't think so.
Huh.
We love Betty.
Thanks. I like that. So,
What?
do you think there's a difference, Kiwi, between how women take this or men? Is there a difference, do you think, with the how they sort of debate or...
Like atheists, you know what? That is one of the biggest turnoffs that an atheistic woman gag me with a spoon. I'm headed the other way.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I get disgusted quick. I don't know why that is. It's just the way it is. It's just my natural state. I can't explain.
Wait, what did... I missed that. What disgusts you?
Atheistic female.
Oh, yeah. Well, I also don't like I don't like it when honestly anybody, but I can expect it from like men more because of the testosterone, but when women are just so, I don't know, like I don't know. They act more like a man when they come in. They act like they're stronger than everyone. Like they're ready to fight men and women. I don't like that either. That disgusts me.
Yep.
Sort of masculine femininity.
Yeah, but I think it's also like some personality trait that's just, it doesn't fly. Like how do they get by without realizing that nobody cares for that?
Yeah. Oh, I think the society did a big job on on the roles of women and men, and making women believe that they can do the same things men can do physically.
Oh no, we're not going down this road.
And what's wrong? I'm just saying that I like men doing men's jobs. I wouldn't want
We
to
like
do
women who do feminine things, so we agree.
Yeah, I mean, if I see these guys on a oil platform working and doing this nasty physical tasks and such, and being away from home for so long, and I'm thinking, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that. I'm sorry, and I didn't even want to, right? So I'm thinking they did a bad job of thinking that women can do the same jobs, and when you see a woman sometimes entering into a man's world, it sort of, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing that
There's something
women
wrong
can be
about
old
it.
as men. I don't think it sort of makes men act differently, and also the women act differently.
It's like, like, what are you trying to prove?
Again, sorry.
It's like, what are you trying to prove?
Right.
You trying to prove something, or like a lot of those jobs guys don't want to do. Like.
I thought he was asking it to Betty. What are you trying to prove, Betty?
I'm trying to prove that.
No, not you. Talking about those women that say they want to do the men's jobs. Like, what they trying to prove?
Yeah.
Yeah, put them on the Steelworkers Guild.
Well, and they try too hard sometimes too. They really go at it, and sometimes they make themselves unlikable. I think that's the most women in politics. I don't like them. I don't know. I just don't like them. They lost something to me.
Yeah, it's innately wrong. You can feel it.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah, it's just...
And I used to be a real bad feminist. And
no.
Yes, I was, and I sometimes have that.
No way, Betty is a feminist. No way.
But don't get me wrong, I do like men, and I like their roles that they play. But I still like to
What you trying to say, Betty?
Devil's
All the
advocate.
feminists on
Why did you say it so creepy?
What? Again?
The way you said it made it sound really creepy.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, there was something.
Yeah, one at a time.
Or none at a time.
Or
you could go, Cookie. I was just going to ask her what she trying to say.
It's all good. It's bad.
I think Cookie Monster needs to turn off auto sensitivity in the voice and settings.
Oh, am I coming through bad?
It's just clipping you at the end or the beginning.
Oh, okay. I see. Thank you.
I was never a huge big into feminism or anything, but
unlike Betty,
I did.
Unlike Betty, go on.
I did pick up the traits of people around me, like, you go girl, you don't need no man, or something like that. Like, I picked up on those traits here and there, but I never just was like a full-on feminist or anything. For the most part, I didn't have a lot of like friends that were girls, and I didn't develop like friends that were girls until I was well into my 20s. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't have many female girl friends. Female. You have to say that nowadays, because otherwise.
No, you don't have to say that nowadays. No, you don't. You don't. You just screwed up, but you recovered quickly.
No. You have to say that. And but I don't have many friends, but to be honest, sometimes women friends can be so demanding. I don't know why guys can put up with them.
That's how I feel too, Betty. Because they are pretty demanding, and I've never been that way. I guess maybe because I grew up destitute, but I've never really cared too much to be demanding of anything. I didn't feel entitled to anything, so I was always really relaxed, and that's why I had more guy friends, because I didn't have any drama. I didn't have any of that stuff going on, so yeah.
No, isn't that nice to hear, QE? A girl without drama.
Tom girl.
Yeah, they're few and far between. And another really interesting thing my wife told me the other day, she said, did you know that when the rapture happens, the men will be raptured first?
Rapture? What rapture?
Yeah, just go with it. Do you want to know why, Betty?
Well, yeah, please.
Because they're
make homes for us.
No, because they knew that, because it says in Revelation that there would be silence in heaven for about a half hour.
I knew that was coming.
That is a good one. I don't like that.
Did you hear about the
Did you come up with that just herself, or did you? Why?
No, she came and told me that. I was rolling.
Yeah, this is right up your alley.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Yeah. I knew you'd like it too. That's why I said it.
Yeah, except for the rapture bit, but okay.
Sometimes I complain, but for the most part, I'll take the hand I'm dealt.
Yeah.
So, if God wants to put me through the tribulation, so be it.
We don't want to go down that road. You already heard a couple. I shouldn't even brought it up.
It's your fault.
He already regrets it.
How dare you?
Yeah, rapture. What rapture? I've never read the Bible. What rapture is that? Right?
Superchat.
Super chat.
Super chat. Oh, Retro
God
Bill,
save
man. I do like his super chats. QE, what's up with the reference to Tuca Tuco Community College in Tobago?
He's been there.
That's such a friggin' bad.
Debate.
Betty, ain't that some bullshit, man?
He's been there.
I heard you the first time.
And he thought it was not a good college to go to.
It's just something I made up. Now, everyone know who Tuco Tuco is, right?
No.
Yeah. So, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in the movie, that the one guy's name is Tuco Tuco.
Oh. Okay.
The Mexican guy. So I took.
Isn't that racist?
Is that racist? I figured that. No, I watched the movie and I liked his name. I liked his character too, by the way, but I liked him overall. And it just, I don't know, it just flows. So, and in Tobago, it's third world. It's not. I just made it up, sir. So that's the story. It sounds good.
It could have been Timbuktu.
Does everyone like that one? The Tuco Tuco Community College in Tobago? It rolls. It flows.
I think it's hilarious.
But he forgot the first part. It's a mail order degree from Tuco Tuco Community College in Tobago.
A mail order.
Yeah, that's where all the supernatural atheists. Yeah,
that's where they're at. You pinpointed them.
And I saw that little sneak in there. This is like a sly way of maybe catching another one from Retro Bill on here.
Oh, did you think that?
Oh no.
I'm mentioning the mail order degree.
No, I wasn't trying to con him.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Retro Bill. Appreciate it. Good to see you again. Hey, there's Nathan. Can we begin?
Again? He
told you. Yeah, he told you to begin after your presentation. So.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
All right. What we got left? We got atheists. Evo tarts and ball tarts. They're all one and the same, essentially. We talked about. Did we talk about Mexican hairless dogs?
No, not yet.
We didn't talk about dinner, and I was.
Chihuahua.
A what?
Chihuahua.
A chihuahua. Now we didn't talk about that.
Chihuahua got no hair.
Mexican.
Vámonos, muchachos. Now we didn't talk about dinner either. That's what I was doing. I got up and I had to go stir the slow cooker because guess what's for dinner?
Beans.
Nope.
Chicken wings.
You don't put chicken wings in a slow cooker.
Roast.
Oh, but it's usually something with chicken with you. So
it's not chicken this time. You
Roast.
mother clucker.
It's you. That's the mother clucker. You have the chicken chunks. Why did the chicken cross the road to get his wings back?
That's stupid. All right, what's in the slow cooker? I ain't gonna make you guess it. People say roast.
Roast.
No, it's beef stroganoff.
Mm.
Nice. That's a change for
I
me.
always knew.
I always do it. Yeah, I walked around the corner and just floated on the aromas into the kitchen. So
when it's time, then when you're gonna eat?
It's time. I can go now. I think.
No, it's 4 o'clock or whatever with your
3:30. But I'm
All right,
like,
we'll hold the show down later.
it's
3:30. That's not even dinner time. That's freaking afternoon.
I have to admit, I'm a mite peckish.
I might. Where's your little fruit bowl then, huh?
What?
Yeah, you always have fruit.
Oh, I already had that. I've been really hungry today.
I'm imagining the Tom and Jerry cartoons where there's like an aroma of smoke.
Yes.
And the cat or whatever, they lift them up off the ground and close their eyes, and they're just like floating towards the smell.
Yes, it's like Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
The Hasenpfeffer, huh?
Yeah, the Hassenpfeffer's a good one too. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's one of my
madam, I am
favorites.
so in love with you.
Stop trying to do Pepe Le Pew, dude.
I do a good job of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, that was impressive.
See?
All right, give me another.
See?
Give me another couple. Give me another couple minutes with the Flats. Go ahead, Flats. Betty and Flatsy show.
Free reign. Free reign.
Here we
Quick,
go.
let's talk about sex before he comes back.
We're gonna
Oh.
talk about. Let's talk about feminism. Then he will really be annoyed when he comes back.
Oh yeah.
Too funny.
Well, all you got to do is say his name 3 times. Usually that makes him show up.
He likes to lurk sometimes, that's for sure.
Yeah, he sort of listens what's up, and then he breaks in when he thinks that's off limits.
Oh yeah. And
Like,
he'll insert himself too.
He looks for the opportunity. Yeah, he looks for the greatest opportunity.
tribulation.
Maximize the stupidity.
Let's talk about tribulation and the rapture, and he will come back quick.
Oh yeah, that's a trigger.
So who is here for the rapture? Who's for
Well, I
rapture?
mean, it doesn't say there's going to be a rapture. It does say people will be taken up. So I mean, I don't know what that means, but I guess we
When
could talk
will
about
be taken up?
it. No reason why we couldn't talk about it.
But when? When will you be taken up?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little confusing for me because it
Absolutely.
doesn't just flat out tell you.
Right.
Sort of like,
And you would think it would be a lot easier. Yeah. I agree.
but a lot of things in the Bible uses like parallels, and I think that just, man, if you don't understand the Bible, and like I don't always understand it, I just try to relate my experience with it so that it makes more sense, because it's not going to be outside of human experience. So whatever you're not understanding, it's just probably because of like
You're making it too difficult.
well,
Yeah,
yeah, well, people like to interpret things instead of try to look for the nuance of how things could have been back then versus how they are with us. And no, I don't know. There has to be some nuance.
Well, I think that through the Bible you could sort of come to a conclusion, and especially in Revelation, where it's all most of it's symbolic, right? I mean,
But I
many
think
of
it's
these
symbolic
things-
to you personally, don't you think? It's not necessarily symbolic to an end that's going to be at a certain time or a certain date. It says no man will know the day or the hour. So maybe that means that it's personal. It's a personal end for everybody.
Could be.
Does that make any sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, it's mentioned like
That would explain why Jesus spoke the way he did. In like he told them the
Parables.
story so that you could relate. Yeah, parables, so that you could relate to that on a human level. Otherwise, it would have just sounded like, ridiculousness to them.
Well, also, Jesus spoke the way that he did because he used experience and things that you could prove instead of being fallacious, like Glover's.
Yeah, instead of just stating what something is, he would show you in the storyline. Show you how
which is much appreciated. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, he gave us our thoughts, so obviously he was thinking like that.
We still have to make a personal journey, right, through this. So yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we still have to make choices. Yeah, it's very important.
Yep. You hear that, Globers? Even Jesus said you need a flat earth for that.
You need to get that in, huh?
Well, I won't go that far, but maybe you're right. But
I won't put words in his mouth.
You can attract more flies with what than you can with honey. So I guess it depends on what you're asking.
You see, I won't put words in his mouth, but he didn't correct them on what Globers think that the whole idea of the globe was like an the BCs, like 300 BC or something. So that was back there in that time. He didn't correct them. Oh, you live on a ball, not this flat Earth. He didn't correct them. So I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but I'm not gonna think something is, you know. He would have corrected it if it was wrong.
Maybe it never came up because people thought it was flat.
People were smarter back then because think about the second law of thermodynamics and how it works. Whatever we are now is a much lesser version of back then.
Yeah, a copy of a copy, that sort of motif, I think. And they were closer to the source. So why would we doubt them now? Right? Why would we doubt these testaments? Why would we doubt that? Because it was closer to the truth than we are right now. And now we think, oh, it's all bogus, it's all this and that and the other. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's like being on the end
Well, I
of the
think we do
line.
that because we want to be right, right? We don't want to be wrong about it. It's not really about whether we believe it. It's just we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be shown to be wrong or not knowing.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to admit that some things you can't know or ever be able to know.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
And there's many
Absolutely
people
right.
that can't handle that. We have to have a grip on everything. But then again, it does make life also less like adventurous because now, well, we know what the world looks like. There's no more land to discover. It's all done. Everything, everybody has done everything already, and
Right.
Yeah, but don't you see how that principle by itself, just that attitude, gives children like an attitude of, well, there's nothing left to explore, so let's do something different, right? Let's not become explorers. Let's not do these fun things like become Indiana Jones. Let's
Right.
become this, couch monkey that sits on the couch and watches internet all day. It's pretty sad. It really is.
Yeah, usually
That's what
men.
made Indiana Jones a hero, that he was discovering things and going out and going in strange places and things of that nature. Like,
Yeah.
you
And
can
finding
know
things
everything.
in places where people already had been, just didn't notice. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that with men and little boys at school, they sort of bring up the dinosaurs all the time because these animals, these fierce animals and stuff, and you see them with animals like the dinosaurs in their hands, like animals.
Yeah,
They
boys like big toys.
yeah, young guys are like also looking for adventure to discover things, and they have to sit in school benches and learn, like QE said earlier in the show, that it's not exciting, it's not doing anything. I mean, they can't even fall down a tree because
It's not
these
edifying. Yeah, they're
female
taking the edifying out of everything, so that it's
yeah
all like
these wait a minute, these female teachers, they prevent every guy to or boy to fall or to break something, or they are too careful sometimes with the kids. And I'm thinking that the education system makes maybe obedient workers but not discoverers, not inventors.
the reason why good and evil both exist is because they're both necessary. So we have to stop telling ourselves that just becoming better and becoming good is necessarily the thing we need to do. It's all about the path. It's all about what we learn on the way. It's not necessarily about being good or evil. It's about learning from what you do and how it affects things.
Ooh, that's a good
Understanding it.
point.
Right?
That's a good point. So, with the way that it seems to work, if you can see something that is happening, like this flat Earth is coming to people, and people are realizing the truth, just as much as being on the right side or the good side of history right now, there has to be the same amount of development on the other side.
Yeah, yeah, like, cause like I always say, ain't nothing wrong with being wrong. Like, I think that's what stop growth, and people have a problem. I know it's about ego. A lot of people had their careers and stuff riding on things they believe to be true that is not necessarily true. But ain't nothing wrong with being wrong. You can change your career. You can fight against. I know it's a huge mainstream thing you probably have to fight against, but there's nothing wrong with admitting that you're wrong about something, you know, and to fight. So Adam, to fight
Yeah,
for
and
this,
even
for something that you know that's not right, and somebody's basically, you know what I'm saying, then respect people's time at that. Like, you don't got to insult them and, you know, talk crazy to them or nothing like that because they're trying to show you something. Even if you do believe, you know, they saying something crazy to you, at least, you know.
Even if
um
they're wrong, yeah, that's true.
well, I'm guilty of this, so I'm gonna go ahead and say it from experience. There is no need for your dun dun dun, dun flat Earth savior. You don't you don't need to be somebody's savior for this knowledge. And I'm guilty of having that
Messiah
complex at the
complex.
beginning. Yeah, I'm guilty of having that complex at the beginning because it was so new to me and it just shattered my world. So my whole worldview was shifted. I'm still me. I'm still who I was. It's just I've had a journey and I needed to become. I had to kind of like reconnect with myself after a while. So if you're new to this, I don't know anybody listening. If you're new to this, you don't have to be anybody's savior, and you don't have to put it out there until you feel comfortable doing so. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a natural thing that if you gain some knowledge, you want to just share with other people.
Yeah, but
Most
I'd
people.
say do your research really well first and have it planned out before you try to share it. Because I made the mistake of trying to do it before I knew enough, and I kind of screwed it up. And I think I
Yeah,
lost a lot of
Me,
people
but
that
then
me
might
again,
too.
have
that's
been.
how you learn. That's how you learn, right? I mean, I understand that, but I think you eventually
Yeah, that's
learn.
how you learn.
Yeah.
It's very defeating though, especially when
Oh
you come
yeah.
to realize something and it's important to you because you love your family and you love your friends, and you're like, dude, I want to show you this, and they're like, nope, I don't want anything to do with it. It's like, wow, really?
Yeah, it was so defeating. I took it personally that nobody cared about what I had to say. And
Yeah,
I didn't even know what I had to say. I just had to say it, like I'm jumping the gun and yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think we all have sort of can relate to that. I think most of us. And I wanted to evangelize because I wanted to see what other people thought, and I thought I have something new to tell you. Maybe it's opening up more of your world, and many people are so closed off that they don't want to know because they want to have their life like easy and neat, right, and not the rug thrown underneath them. So yeah, it's a
That's a
thing.
good way of saying it. Don't throw a stumbling stone in front of your neighbor or your fellow human being.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of, even if it is the truth, it could still be a stumbling block. So I'd be
right.
careful with this kind of news to people. And I'm guilty. I still messed up and I did it. So, I
I still
mean,
do it sometimes because just
yeah.
I just want to sometimes shock them out of their reality because when they sort of open their eyes, they might see what's coming towards them because there's an avalanche coming towards them and they don't even notice. And I'm thinking sometimes isn't it an act of love if you try to warn some people for something that's happening? I mean, suppose that there's a bottle of like poison on the table, and one of your relatives wants to drink something out of that, and you would like basically rip it out of their hands and hurting them in the process. Is that not an act of love still doing that?
Yeah.
So you also
But
think of that, but the way we go about it, it might be a little bit too aggressive. That might be, but still.
right. Yeah, I'm learning more and more about who I am and about what this truth means for my life and like whatever I have to do in the future, raising my son and having a family and friends, and this kind of stuff doesn't have to affect that, and it doesn't have to affect anybody's life in a negative way. It should be a positive thing. So maybe there's just something that we're not getting, or we're gonna eventually figure it out. Like maybe QE's got it all, and he just needs to share his wisdom.
Well, QE has a wife that doesn't believe in a flat Earth.
Really?
Yeah.
QE's wife's not a flat earther?
No.
Well, my husband isn't either.
There you go. So even the best can't convince their own loved ones. This.
Yeah.
But it's like the worst to convince your loved ones because they see you be a goofball or drunkenly falling out of your chair at the bar, and they see that, and then you're trying to tell them some sort of like deep, meaningful truth, and they're like, "Okay, I saw you fall off your bar stool like last month." No.
Yeah, or I changed your diapers when you were young, right?
Right, like get out of
Right.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how can you take that serious? On the other
Yeah.
hand, you have known each other most of your life, right? As a daughter-mother relationship or siblings, whatever. You know each other most of your life. Why wouldn't you accept something of those people more than a total stranger that can have any kind of reason for the bad? You know, that's something that I still don't have figured out.
Well,
Because they seen you at your most vulnerable state, like she said. Like, you know, they've partied with you, had fun with you. They probably like, "Look, why should I listen to you? I seen you get drunk or something. Or I see you at your most vulnerable state. So you gonna talk philosophy to me now? Like
right. Yeah.
let's go out.
Well,
It isn't philosophy; it's knowledge.
I want QE to know that he's been brought down a notch in my mind because his wife's not a flat earther. Dang.
You need to bring that up to him.
I will.
Pause.
That'll bring you down a notch.
QE, are you there?
Yeah.
This is weird. Yeah. Oh, there he is.
He was waiting for us to say something bad about him.
So,
I
what's
just
up with that? That your wife is still not a flat earther?
I wasn't listening to you. I just got back. I was testing the beef stroganoff.
Uh-huh. So
He's avoiding the question.
Did you hear Flatchy say it again?
Okay, go ahead, say it.
I said, dang, QE's been brought down a notch in my mind because his wife's not a flat earther.
Well, let her
Neither is
budge.
mine,
Let her budge. It's your mind.
Oh, yeah.
You can lead a horse to water, and you can splash their face in the damn river.
Oh, yeah. My husband's not a flat earther either. So, but yeah, it's not a big deal. He doesn't have to be.
Yep.
Yeah, but
so
you're still a beginner, and QE is like sort of like out there.
she's her own person though. My wife's her own person. You know, I give her the she of course she knows what I do.
Yeah, and
but
get super
she's
chat.
but do we have another super chat?
No. Just and she likes that.
No.
So yeah.
She's her own person. I don't pressure her with this stuff. Usually I'll try to sidestep her or try to avoid it a little bit so it doesn't get contentious.
I got you.
So even you have to basically realize that the people closest to you aren't always impressionable by yourself.
Well,
royal
I
self.
didn't. I didn't put all the arguments, out to her. This, and that. Just little things through the years.
You mean you didn't call her a crayon muncher, or you didn't call her an evotard, or?
No, my wife is not an evotard. But
Oh, okay.
I guess I mentioned crayon muncher to her a few times over the years. Yes.
Or co-numpty.
How'd that go?
What about numpty?
Nah, that's come out a few times. Yes.
He get a frying pan to the head. He call her a numpty.
I don't know, but in my mind, I'm thinking. I mean, nobody's ever told me, but in my mind, I'm thinking every time you scream, "Honey," she's a flat earther waiting on them super chat bucks, man. To go.
But you know who really get it though? Kids.
Oh yeah.
Almost all my kids is flat earthers, and they all copy off
Nathan. They heard Nathan make fun of Jaren. I don't want to keep put Jaren out there like that, but they make fun of Jaren because every time I say you need a flat earth for that, my kids say, "What's that, Jaren?" And I say nothing. I guess they was saying they was making fun of Jaren when they was like nothing. I guess Jaren said nothing or something, and they was in the room doing that. I'm looking like, what is y'all doing? They're like, you need flat earth for that? What you say? Nothing. Like, oh, y'all copy it off of Nathan Oakley. They literally was looking at that. I'm like, wow.
That's
Kids get it.
my son also copies Quantum Eraser every time he hears him say these, because the way that QE will say these things in on these forums, he'll be like, "Yeah, net wet," and my son, he's like, "Yeah, net wet." He's always running around the house saying it or no swearing.
Oh, no
These
swearing.
kids, man, they get it. I don't know what's going.
Yeah,
Like, y'all gonna have the whole school saying this stuff.
Yeah, net wet.
Yep, there you go. Impressionable.
Kids seem to pick up on this. They seem, yeah. I have to agree. My daughter and my son, they know the deal. So yep, they picked up on it quick. Any other questions?
Why are you a code numpty?
I'm not a co-numpty. I'm not a numpty. If I'm a numpty, you're damn Helen Keller.
Remember that I called you that when you were in the airport?
Airport, yeah. It cracked me up. You mask wearing co-numpty?
He was complying.
I was not.
He was complaining and complying.
I was complaining, then I complied. Yeah, but I kept it just, I can't have stuff on my face like that. So for a long period of time. So I kept it underneath my nose so I could breathe easy. And I did it the whole time from here to Cleveland. And now, did I go directly to Cleveland? No, I went from here to Chicago to Cleveland. And then back again, the Chicago routine, and then back. And they caught me on the way, the last flight back. She caught, one of the stewardesses caught me.
Oh, what did you say? I just drank something.
Nah, I didn't. I didn't say anything. She said that mask needs to go up over your nose, sir. But it was the last.
Did you play dumb? Did you say?
Seriously?
Yeah, she was the
now
only.
I get it.
Yeah,
she was being petty.
I just gave everyone, because I bought I was really hungry before the flight took off, and I bought a Chicago style pizza, and then it got delayed, and my plane was boarding, and I'm there, son of a, I'm like, get that pizza out of there, right? So I got the pizza and I ran. I remember running to the gate, which wasn't that far away. And then I got on there, and then everyone smelled, because it was just, it was a really good pizza. And the plane filled with the smell of pizza. And I seen everyone give me that look because they were hungry. And so I felt sorry for them. It was Be Kind to Dumb Animal Week. So I only took, the pizza was pretty big. So all I needed was one piece. And I was offering it to everyone. I said, "You want some?" And they were like, "Oh no," like they had flashbacks to their childhood, stranger danger. I said, "Listen, I didn't do anything. It's just pizza, man. You want one? I'll give it to you." And most of them said no. The craziest thing, about 2 minutes later, I kept on hearing, you still offering that pizza?"
Huh.
Yeah, it was really strange. Yeah,
They couldn't resist.
Yeah, you'd think if you said no, then they would be prideful, even though I can hear their stomachs gurgling. Right? But they all came back. It was like 4 or 5 people stopped that I initially asked. It was really strange. But they all took the pizza. And yes, I was eating the pizza, but it was after the pizza was over. And We were just getting ready to take off, and I'm usually pretty coy about it. I'll pretend like I'm doing something else, but she had her eyes dead on me, that stewardess, and she noticed it, and she had to make, that statement. But that's okay. I mean, I made it, for the most of the trip, but just below my nose.
Yep.
And I have to admit, when she went and sat down, I pulled it down.
Like everybody else.
Because it's so hard to breathe.
Off the plane for that shit, no?
Say again?
They removed people from the plane because of
Yes,
that.
yep.
And you wanted to get home.
Well, we were already getting ready to do the deed, so she wasn't going to kick me off then. We were already in line to take off.
Well, she could have the marshal.
Nah, she wasn't. No, she was somewhat stern about it, but I had to pull it down. I can't do that. I can't have something over my friggin' mouth and nose. Fuck that.
Yeah. How can you breathe? Why didn't God make provisions for that? If
You
that
can't.
As a precaution, right?
Can't do that. Even surgeons and stuff and nurses in there, I don't see how they could do it.
But they only do it because of the blood stains or whatever. That's something that squirts up, right? It's not.
No, not just that.
Yeah.
Surgeons do it because you don't need any of your, just in case, like you spit. You need to have something to catch the spit.
Suddenly accidentally spit.
Well, when you're talking, if you have to ask for a tool or something, you don't know what's gonna come out of your mouth and into an open wound. Yeah. So that makes sense. Okay, so
whammy, yeah. But then again, it doesn't catch like germs or whatever.
Germs or whatever. Is this the end of the Flatsy Betty show?
Is it?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, no more.
Yeah. Well, we're doing too great of a job.
You did. Right. It was a good. It was. I thought that you said not a long show, and you're the one that's got the long show. For God's sake.
Well, yeah, because you came up with something that I like.
Yeah, and Betty's here this long because she's talking to me most of the time instead of you.
Sure, that's fine. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
It's better for you to get her 10,000 words than me.
Oh.
Yeah, because
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I do have to say I did learn something. The reason why QE has the ball-tard animal abuse late at night is because he needs an outlet for this truth because his wife isn't a flat earther.
No, not at all. That's some made-up horseshit right there.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, I know. You just made that up on the fly, just completely random.
Yeah. Oh no, I was concocting it after.
Oh, were you? You even thought about that nonsense for a while. That's even more scary.
You're the one with the animal abuse at night.
Animal abuse?
Yeah.
Let's always be kind of dumb animal week here.
Here, but not in other servers.
Well, like I said in the beginning, it depends on how they carry themselves and their demeanor. If I sniff even a little of pretender clown bullshittery, it's over. Quick. But if people have legitimate questions, I'm reasonable. But don't let me sniff that pretender clownness. Don't do it.
Yeah, some of those guys really catch your bad side, but I have seen you have a good side with folks, even if they are globetards.
If you're disingenuous, you're going to get exposed, period. If you're not, then you're good.
It's quite satisfying when you're in there, though, because some of the people, they get one over on some of the flat earthers when they're talking to them, and they'll fall for the sophistry or something like that. And then when somebody like you or Heretic or Indio, AI, any of those guys, when it's so satisfying to hear them just crush the sophistry.
I like that. Yeah, I was the same way. And that's why I followed Kiwi around on the platform, because every time he came on, he was like dragging him by the short hairs, he would say. That was nice.
Whip around by the short hairs.
Yeah, I don't feel satisfied when I talk to people or globetards on here. I don't ever feel satisfied. And then I hear you guys talk to them, and then I'm like, oh, that's like, that was an itch on my back that I couldn't reach.
That's a good description.
It's a good way to think about that. I can understand that. It's satisfying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because we have heard so many people doing bad jobs in debates and lose to the globetards. And when you have a winner, then you want to see that happen more and more, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you want to basically be on the side of the winners.
That's
And
just
since we back in the day we didn't have the best arguments, but now we do because of you.
Not solely, but for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we solved that.
Yeah.
So
Now you can go to your stew, whatever it is.
it's beef stroganoff.
Isn't that a stew?
I guess you could categorize it as a stew, yeah.
See?
See?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not going to take us home?
How can I do that? I'm already home. Sitting
Yeah,
on the couch.
I figured. So say goodbye.
goodbye, all YouTube land.
Betty, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, bye-bye, lard ass. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, so like I said, keep a weathered eye out for a treatment. This week, I'm thinking around Thursday or Friday. If it isn't, Betty didn't make the thumbnail, so you can blame her. Sound like a plan? You guys can't answer. It's always best that way anyway. Okay, well, listen. Be careful out there. Keep your powder dry. Keep your butt down. And launch friggin' bullets.
Horizon that we're saying is not physical. It's
No,
refractive.
nothing. You like, hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not. Hold your hand out in front of you. Is that your physical hand you're seeing?
Correct.
No, it's not.